We walk the footsteps of our fathers, the trail blazed by our mothers. They bought the land with their blood long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my. Oh, sing of my Netherem. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for my Netherem. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my. Sing of my Netherem. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for my Netherem. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my. Sing of my Netherem. Oh, weep for the blood of Ammon. Oh, cry for my Netherem. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks, oh my.
The wheel of time turns, and the ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave it birth comes again. Welcome to Aiel, Ogres, and AudioBooks, episode 14, chapters 39, 40, and 41.
Wow.
Yay, good intro.
IOSberg, $10. You can read. Well done, Lou. Very good.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You should know I can read because I'm constantly reading the chat.
Oh, yeah. Good. Touche on you, Echo. Real quick, before we get fully started, Breakfast of Champions.
Sponsored by Echo Pineapple.
Yeah, pot noodle. Thank you, Echo. Yes. Supertip.gg/Echo. Right? Did I say that right? I will get it in the chat maybe here in a moment.
What don't they put weed in?
I know, right?
Yep.
Touche.
I was a quick review. I think that the Maruchan, the ramen soup in a cup here in the States is better than the pot noodle. So you're going to get some of those in contrast, I would say. I'm gonna send you. Yeah, as soon as that guy's out of office, when things are back to normal. Yes. Oh, all right. Back to the show. Like Lou said, 39, 40, and 41. We are closing in. We are definitely in the latter fifth of the book. So this chapter is Weaving
Before we get started, I just want to say I am glad there is more books because we're getting to the end of this book and I'm like, nothing's happened.
Fair assessment.
I
agree with that.
It's not a negative, just like factually, nothing has happened.
I can't disagree.
Never
a lot of
all
meetings.
Jesus Christ. Stop walking.
Yes, I know.
Why are they just walking everywhere?
Why don't they just teleport and just be in the next book already? No.
Man. That would be nice to be able to teleport. But then I also have read that people have jumped in, like they found just a random book and started on book 7 and they like knew nothing was going on, but they were interested.
Oh, no.
Like,
Damn.
You can read it and you kind of sort of get it, but then it makes you like, what is really going on? Because there is a lot going on, but like you said, nothing dramatic has happened. No big,
I would,
explosions.
I'd be so overwhelmed if there was more in this book. If there's 14 lots of this book, but there was lots more stuff happening, I'd be like, too much. I can't deal with this. Whereas I think Lou would have a little wet dream, wouldn't you? You love all of the action segments and what have you.
Oh yes,
Give me
battle
the
scenes.
action. Give me the action.
The action. Well, guess what? That's not happening here.
Yeah.
These next three
shit.
chapters are again, it's not filler, but they're very anticlimactic. There's just there are things happening, but not in a high peak, low valley kind of way. We pick back up right in the inn with Rand and Matt. We're up in their room with them. Rand is excited for the festival. I'm saying festival because I don't have really a better term for that. They're like everybody is gathering into Camelin to view the false dragon Logain, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So it's not quite a festival, but it is a busy day and it is very crowded. Rand invites Matt. Aren't you going to come out, dude? You haven't even left the room since we got here. And he's like, why don't you take your new friend, that Trolloc? And he's like, Loyal's not a Trolloc. He's an Ogier. Looks like a Trolloc. So Matt's being stubborn, stupid, and Rand is upset with it and tells him to take a shower because Matt stinks. He's just been laying there. And Rand also threatens, I'm not bringing any of your meals up to your room anymore, dude. You need to come downstairs. You need to, he's trying to push him, but not really. Because he gave him the benefit for the last day or so that he was probably not feeling so great. And now he thinks he's just being a jerk.
I think I've got a friend in the chat, Spurg. I think Light Blinded Fool is an ally to the Fruits. There is a very good comment. If Annie, I guess, if you're in charge of the comments, if you could bring that up.
That one right there.
Nothing happens. When was the last time you met a queen and a princess?
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
They got very high standards.
Last weekend?
In one chapter, they got very high standards over here. But yeah.
Yes, the dabblers have a very high standard, I would say.
Mm.
I caught that.
So Rand is worried that Matt is sick. He thinks about going to get the wisdom. It's Mother, somebody's name, I forget. But he also worries that that's going to bring attention to him as well. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Echo, there?
Just a bad joke about Mother Hubbard who lives in a cupboard. That's all. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. There was a Humpty Dumpty joke coming later in the show today too. Actually, at the end of this chapter, as a matter of fact.
Sat on a wall.
So, Rand leaves the room, heads downstairs, goes and talks to Gil. Gil warns to Rand that someone's been looking for all three of the boys. It was a sketchy fellow in a pile of rags. Oh no, the homeless guy's back. And Rand is like, it's more dark friends. And then Gil's like, oh, you got dark friends on the brain. So Master Gil's pretty sensible. He runs a nice inn, and he thinks Rand sort of is a little more worried than he should be. But then it goes on to say that people are saying that they see strange shapes in the night. Strange shapes. I like this little conversation. Rand is worried, but Master Gil's cracking jokes because Rand goes, "What kind of shapes? Strange ones." He just it's kind of being very dismissive of city rumors, which is normal. I would give Gil credit because he's an innkeeper and he does have his finger on the pulse of the town. But we all know better, I think, as the reader. We're like, oh. So Rand is on his way out, going to see the city. He was going to go see the sights. And as he's leaving, we see Langwin in the alley. I made sure to write his name down because this is a character that I like. He's pretty much the bouncer of the inn. And he's just kind of hanging out. Lazy-eyed, kind of, not lazy-eyed like cross-eyed, but half eyes closed. He looks like he's just chilling. Pretty regular kind of guy. And he warns Rand about that the factions are out. We talked about it. Annie mentioned last time there's gang wars happening in Camelin here. We got the red faction who stands for the queen, and we got the white faction who isn't necessarily against the queen, but doesn't care for her being so tied to the White Tower, hence why they're wearing white. Also kind of very much and it's also pointed out to us that there's more white than red. Sorry, I wrote that very tiny in a margin, so I had to look. So there's more people who want the Aes Sedai gone from their politics, basically. The queen needs to dump this bitch. We're going to get her out. And
Can I ask a
also
question?
mentioned, of course. Actually, anybody at any point can interrupt me if you catch something or remember something in the chapter.
Oh no,
well.
it's not. It's like more of a just like the anyway. Which if you were given the choice at the stall and you didn't know which one was going on, which cloth would you have grabbed?
We'll go in correct order. Echo, then me, and then Lou. How about that?
Is that a correct order? Okay, fair enough.
Clockwise.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll give the correct answer, and then you guys can give your incorrect answers. I would have asked for a bit of information. I would have kind of been like, "What's the difference?" That I genuinely would have been like, I would have been like, "Why is that more expensive?"
Right, and that's not a hard question at all to ask or answer. It seems pretty simple. Either for or against the queen.
But he's a farm boy, right? So he's kind of like, yeah, there's no, like, we don't really have fashion here. So it's like, yeah, just fabric. What's the cheaper fabric? Okay, cool. Yep. And I guess as a farmer in general, they would kind of be quite thrifty with that kind of stuff. Oh, we're going to paint the outhouse or whatever. Well, there's white and there's yellow or whatever. Well, the white's cheaper. Okay, get the white. Like, that would probably be his go-to and his dad's go-to. So he probably genuinely wouldn't have given it a second thought, would he, really?
Yep, you spot on for me, Echo. I would have been like, okay, this one's 3 cents cheaper than that one. The white will get dirty. I like red better. I wouldn't even questioned it. There would have been enough contingency in my brain that I wouldn't even cared until I got outside and somebody was like, oh, support the queen, do ya? And as you can see right there below my name, I'm a good queen's man. Just so you guys know.
And as you can see below my name, I have loads of dark friends, so I can't be racist.
Clever joke.
Oh,
which one did you pick, Lou?
I'm going red. Red for the Bloods.
So both of you were just like, meh, whatever one is cheaper, it's fine. I'll go with that one. And Lou is like, no, red. I would have picked red on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have asked. My thing was I would have asked.
Yeah,
I would have asked for a tiny bit more information. I wouldn't have just bought either. I would have been like, well, why? And then if they went just because it's cheaper, I would have gone, all right, fair enough, fucking hell.
I'm not going white because, like Spurg says, and so does Pineapple. White gets dirty too quick. White will be brown before you know it.
Especially in that time, you know what I mean? I'm not washing that.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of dirt and mud roads. Like you fall down once, it's ruined.
Yeah, exactly.
So
as evidenced by the white cloaks.
We're anti-white. We're anti-white on this stream, is what we're saying. Got you.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of whites
Anti-white
around, though, unfortunately. That's what part of the issue is. So.
Also, sorry to interrupt, Spag. I just had an extra thought. White would be stupid because sometimes that could be like transparent to a degree, right? So they might see the heron mark but underneath it. So it would really make no sense to get the white one. But yeah,
excellent point too. Logistically speaking, yeah, like if it gets wet, you'll definitely see through it. And so Langwood is having a short conversation with Rand and says, be about yourself, keep your head on a swivel, kind of thing. Even though everybody's kind of chill today and celebrating a victory over the shadow together, things can still pop off. And Rand thinks to himself that both Master Gil and specifically in this instance, Langwin is kind of treating him matter-of-factly. They're not being like, oh, you're too young for that sword. You're not, they're treating him like he knows, like he's about that sword a bit. They're giving him, he's getting treated more like an adult from these two, finally, like kind of in a way. I think he's realizing it. As Rand's walking out through town, he even notices that some white cloaks get disrespected, which was kind of funny, but like they're getting shoulder checked. If you've ever been to a rougher school, that happens, like walking through the hallway, sometimes somebody will make eye contact with you and get a nice shoulder check. These white cloaks are getting, they're getting some of the attention that they deserve, really, in my opinion, because they walk around with their nose up in the air trying to, start some stuff, and now the common man's kind of taking it back, I think, a little bit.
Spurg, can you apologize to Lou? We're not allowed to make jokes about schools. He's not allowed within 500 yards of them. He's not allowed to mention them on podcasts. So, yeah, thank you.
That's right. That's the monster part, isn't it? You son of a bitch.
Keep it up, Pineapple. You won't make it to Vegas.
Oh, I want to see, like, just out of Pavlov, I want to hit the Viva Las Vegas thing again. I'll lay off it. I'll lay off it. Speaking of, the city's packed. It's shoulder to shoulder. There are foreigners, there are domestics, there are people everywhere. And Rand is staking out his spot. He's excited to see the city. We get nice descriptions coming through the city, nice wall descriptions, shops, people. It's a lot of set dressing. These chapters are long, but there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, we're in a garden with some rose bushes and a bench and you know what I mean? So while we are reading a lot, again, there isn't a lot happening, but it's not that it's not interesting either. I think that's going to be a common critique. Rand sees the palace off in the distance. This is where I make the remark in my notes. He also noticed there's a lot of whites around. There'll be knots of like 10 or 15 dudes with the red kind of interspersed with a crowd of anti-Aes Sedai supporters. Oh, and also the White Cloaks are getting disrespected, and it's a shock to them because they see everybody supporting White and they think it's for them as well. Like
how vain is that?
Right? I don't know if they realize the ideology almost lines up, but it doesn't because of who they are. You know, the White Cloaks just have this awful reputation, and I think it's nice that they're like, no, the white ain't for you, buddy. Beat it.
Right, just because you also dislike the Aes Sedai doesn't mean that we're on the same team.
Yeah, and again, the enemy of my enemy is my friend doesn't always ring true. Especially when there's multiple factions.
Yeah, so I won't run it too much, but there's a good bit later that I can mention now without putting too much context. But the innkeeper, how he ends his conversation, he's being respectful to someone, and then he goes, thank the light or whatever. But more importantly, thank Queen and more gays or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's pretty much the general attitude of everyone. I think they're like, yeah, we've got our like beefs between each other and whatever, and there's going to be a civil war, but you know, England first, okay, other countries later. Still, yeah, that's the vibe.
Right. And good point to say that, Echo, that they are very much it interspersed throughout some side conversations or a general feeling throughout the town. There is a very tense civil war abrew, and it's important to remember that because we do get to talk to the Queen later in the chapter. But all right, now I'm getting ahead of myself.
My bad, sorry.
No, I'm interested. It's like I read it yesterday and the day before and made my notes, and now it's all flooding back. Every time we start a show, I'm always nervous. Am I going to remember everything? And boom, here it comes. So there's this road, there's a procession road that everybody's gathering around, and Rand is trying to find a spot. You know, everybody who's been to a concert or something, you know what it is, shoulder to shoulder, and you're trying to weasel your way close to the stage. And then there's a 6'6" guy standing right in front of you, and that's Rand. And he's like, screw you guys, I'm not moving. I finally got a spot, and he stands his ground, basically. In my opinion, there's people that kind of because he's a tall lad. And as he's waiting, he's just kind of watching, and he notices there's across the street there, he can see I don't know how to explain this without anybody reading it, but there'll be a clearing, and the clearing kind of is moving around. Like people are getting out of somebody else's way, and you can't see who this somebody is, and it's piquing Rand's interest, and he's watching it. And then that makes as the clearing makes his way to the street, and Rand can see who it is, and it's like, oh, it's the beggar, shit. And then the beggar looks right at him, and it points right at him, almost body snatcher style. There he is. And so Rand freaks the hell out.
The beggar shouts out, supertip.gg/echo.
That's right.
There you
go. Excellent. Good work. That's a professional, you guys. You guys know what I mean. So the pile of rags, and we know who it is. It's Padan Fane. Oh no! and he's doggedly seeking Rand out. And so Rand, who sort of panics and runs away, flees through the crowd and is like bumping people, gets out of the way. He starts running, and then he gets to a certain point and feels like a coward for running from this, like, back. What am I doing? You know, like, ugh. But he's afraid, you know. And
Hang on, I'm 6'6" with a sword and like twice as wide as this guy. Why am I scared of him again?
And truth be told, what would happen if you had confronted him? You know, you'd just be standing out in the middle of the road, and he would just have nothing to do except yell and dance around you. What is he going to do? I suppose you would be given up as where you are, and confirmed that you're there, but in the moment, you'd be safe because of the crowd.
You know why you wouldn't do it? You know why you wouldn't do it, based on what we've kind of been told by people, is that if he kind of starts saying stuff like, I don't know, like, oh, the Dark Lord, or, you know, the Trollocs are going to come get you, or whatever, it would associate him with that as well. It's just as bad. From what I can tell, right, it's you pretty much get tarred by that brush. You know, they're going to be like, no, everyone who's involved, fuck off, like, because you're probably like dark friends.
Seems like unnecessary paranoia, but it seems like it keeps people safe generally.
Yes, yeah.
And not only that, we're told that people are scrawling the Dragon Fang on doors. There are people being extra, you know, paranoid and naming dark friends and stuff like that. So yeah, either or, they both could have been in big trouble for that. You know, Fane is a dirty beggar in a pile of rag outfit right now, so he's going to have strikes against him. And then people are it's going to draw attention to Rand that he's going to not want. And he's been trying to avoid. And yet he stays determined. He's looking for a new spot because he wants to see the false dragon like everybody else. You know, he walked this far. By God, he's going to chill out and actually partake in the big event that everybody else is taking in. And so as he's walking through town, he sees this slope that leads up to this very high wall, and decides to climb up it because, you know, it's easy. We've climbed more sheer cliffs, including Perrin. Like, he kind of shits on Perrin a bit. Like, even Perrin climbed this wall. Like, he's a little bit of a scaredy cat to do
even Lou could
things.
do it. Jesus.
Well, to be fair, Lou is as tall as the wall, so.
And yes, I can climb a wall.
Is this the Humpty Dumpty reference you wanted, Lou? Did you want me to start? Are you an egg? Is that what we're
No,
doing?
he hasn't broken the egg yet.
Not just yet. So he determines that that's a great line of sight, climbs up the wall. There's like a heavy slope that he climbs up, and then it's like a toe-hold kind of wall climb. I'm guessing it's a bit narrow as well. Like, it's not enough for him to quite sit his whole ass on, but he can like if you were sitting on a fence, chain link fence, more or less, where there's that bar you can sit on. It's not that thin, but I think it's thinner.
Well, who could sit on that shit?
I could as a kid, but yeah, again, you got to keep your balance, or I'm getting ahead of myself a bit. So he finally gets to the top. He feels like he won. He's on top. Feels good, man. He's watching the procession go by. There's Queen's guards. There's a caged man and he's caged on a cart going by. There's Aes Sedai with him. Rand sees him still. He remarks on his presence. Like, even though he's in this cage and shielded from the one power, he still is sitting there like he's in charge, like he's the one in control. He still feels full of himself, or at least it seems that way.
So it's like a Faraday cage?
No, but it will get explained later.
Okay.
You kind of get it a little bit, like the Aes Sedai are there to keep him from being able to channel, but that's all you kind of get. We don't get how. And the crowd hates him. They're jeering him. They're yelling at him. but only after he passes by. It's like when he's like in front of them, they're in awe. They're like, "Ugh," and like verklempt and not being able to make any noise.
Like
And then they get like 10 feet
Logan
away and they're
knew.
like, boo.
Logan knew. Yeah, exactly. They hate him.
And Logain gets a good description here in the cage. Like you get a nice full description. I'm not giving it to everybody. Go read the books. Yay.
Or listen to him.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I prefer the audiobooks because of Michael Kramer, but that's neither here nor there. Rand wonders if Logain's even defeated because of the reaction that he sees him having. This dude's in jail. He's about to get, hurt by these Aes Sedai, potentially. And he's all right about it. He's literally laughing as he is going into the city.
It's all part of the plan.
Is it? But yeah, that's what we don't know yet. And Rand is thinking on this. He's like, why are they even near him? And then he hears a voice behind him, a nice woman's voice, to keep him from channeling the powers, silly Billy. And then Rand goes, huh, what? And he falls off the wall, tumbles down, and Humpty Dumpty breaks his
crown.
dome open. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's done. And that's how that chapter ends, with him basically making his way downtown and hanging out with, the common people being in, and then Fane sees him. And now we don't know where he is. He's just somewhere with a woman now. So what are you guys' thoughts on this chapter? Anything fun happen? Anything interesting stand out? Any descriptions you guys liked?
This chapter isn't like particularly enticing. When I was listening to it this morning, you mentioned something like, "Oh yeah, it's more city stuff," and it is. They are out in this, or Rand is out in the city, but he's more focused on the crowd and like what's going on, and like everybody kind of just funneling towards the palace or castle or whatever it would be classified as. Palace sounds right.
Palace, yes.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting how hyped people are for Logain, whether they're for or against him. So I would say that's the interesting part of this chapter.
Lou, thoughts?
Meh.
He is powered down.
Is that the only thought you have, Lou, or do you have a secondary thought?
The chapter was meh. Rand is Rand. The whole ending of this chapter threw me for a loop. I'm like, what the fuck happened to him? But then it continues. So there's that. Logain is menacing, even in the cage, but yet it's hard to describe without going spoilery because of the events that I've seen. Pineapple seen, but he loves to critique. Oh, this is the show. Well, the fucking show ruined it.
Lou, spoiler alert, me and Spurg have read the entire series. So we can still review the chapter we've heard without going, oh, by the way, this happens right at the end. Ah, damn it. Ah, Jesus. Every time. Damn it.
Again, it's like we got this Logain sequence, but how did we get to this Logain sequence? We're probably going to have to wait another fucking book to revisit this sequence from their perspective. So it's like we'll be doing this twice instead of Robert Jordan just saying, hey, we're going to deviate and go on a side quest mission and capture a man who thinks he's the dragon. Like, that's just me. But what can I say? I'm a jerk.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll throw a spoiler out there. There isn't another perspective later on from Logain showing this moment. That's not how the book works. But yes, we got to remember we're in literal Rand mode. Yeah, so we're following his perspective, and his perspective is me go forward, me look ahead, me see in front of me, and that's what we see essentially. We don't get the thoughtful, slow build of Perrin. We don't get the manic freak of Nynaeve. We get the literal right ahead of me Rand. And I think it is great that we've finally got a little bit of Logain as well, even though it's a tiny, tiny bit of Logain. And I'm wondering if Annie's going to be surprised when it turns this book into a heist movie. So the whole thing is actually like Ocean's 11, and that's why he's laughing.
It's a food
whilst he's in
heist.
the cage. Yes, he's getting his snacks. But yeah, It's fine. You're right. This is literally a filler, but I couldn't see any of these filler chapters not being there because they give you what you need to get to the non-filler stuff.
Well,
but yeah,
and I would argue that this chapter is setting up something that you can go back and reference later as well. There is a lot of tension in the city. There is a vibe going on, and it's important because later on, Caemlin's an important city. And here we go. We're going to get into chapter 2 here, or chapter 2, chapter 40, our second chapter of the thing, and so
before we get started, we have a question from the chat.
Oh,
Light Blinded
yes,
Fool asks, thoughts on why this murder hobo is after Rand? Referring to the beggar guy who has been in now 2 chapters. So,
yes.
If I had to guess, revenge.
Ooh, stole his house.
Take him to the dark one.
There you go. Okay.
What about you two? What, I mean, I know you know the answer, but what do you think?
I think Spurg pretty much. I can't. Spurg said outright earlier who it is, and I don't know. I assume that's a spoiler for you.
I call like the book hasn't confirmed it. The book has not confirmed it, but it's like so obvious. Yeah. Like when he ran into him the first time, his description, the way he was acting. I'm like the only other person, unless they just introduced another random character. This has to be Podon Fane from the Two Rivers. It has to be him.
So that's literally the way I see it. But obviously, me and Spurg are kind of cursed with that knowledge that we kind of like second guess ourselves, where we're like, did we just kind of assume everyone knew this because we know it's him? But yes, I think it is heavily implied it's him. And it shows as well a little bit of a naivete on Rand. He's like, oh, don't look at this beggar again. It's like, come on, man, put a little bit of effort in. Yeah.
Good point, because he does have that small town naivety. He can't be sure. He's never really sure unless it's set in stone in front of him. Because Rand is special. Hi, Young O Vibes. A Rand hater, I know it. Well, you're just in time because guess what? He's knocked out on the ground. We're in chapter 40, the Web Titans. As he's awaking with a headache and possibly concussed, based on the descriptions of him swirling his head around. I only know that from personal experiences. Like, yeah, you can get real dizzy once you hit your head pretty hard, even after you wake up. I do
that's
find
weird.
Really. So as he's waking up, we meet who the girl he heard was, and we get a fantastic description of a pale oval face, red gold curls, a little taller than Egwene, and just as pretty. And then Rand is like, "Whoa!" He kind of like curses himself for comparing her to Egwene, but it's like, "But damn it, if I ain't a dude, man, I mean, come on, like she's hot too. I mean, what's wrong with that? It's like." And Egwene ain't around, so what? He does feel guilty, but also like, damn, she is good looking.
Rand has the ability to recognize good merchandise.
Yes, so far so good. Yes. He was reminded of Nynaeve, or go ahead, Lou. Yes, you first.
When she announces her name, my first reaction was like, oh, fuck, we get her this early?
Yes, that's...
Because you understand,
that is what it is.
I based that sequence on the television show, and it was totally different.
That's shocking.
Well, that's why the pineapple checked out. He's like, I gotta go.
It was just like, I'm listening, and I'm like, holy fuck, this soon? Like, I hate the show now.
But it's very brief, and it's not for like a permanent thing.
Okay.
He notices how she's dressed as well. Like, we get a nice description of her clothes and like the scroll embroidery and all of that, and it reminds Rand of Moraine or Nynaeve on a feast day when she's wearing her nice clothes. Like this woman is dressed up and looking fabulous. So as he's kind of checking her out, a gentleman makes his way down the tree too, and he notices that they look so similar that he identifies the dude as her close kin. He doesn't outright say who it is, but we find out in a few moments that it's in fact her brother. And also Rand also realizes that this is not a public park. This is a private area. These people are, because he notices Gawain is also dressed way too well. I wouldn't. It's beyond something that even Rand would wear on feast day. Like this is not casual wear for them. So I am somewhere where I probably shouldn't be, and yet he doesn't know.
So back to your thing. If we're in such a not a common area, but a special place, why do they have such thin walls? Like, is your royal guard that good that they can protect everything? Like, you would think if you're in the palace,
It's a really good question, actually.
the walls would be a lot thicker than him barely being able to sit on a wall and fall off at the slightest, hey, look at me moment.
Yeah, well, I understand that. There probably should have been somebody with an arrow waiting for him as he got to the top of that wall. Okay.
So essentially, these fucking Two River idiots, they are like goats. Everyone else wouldn't in a million years even consider climbing such a dangerous thing. So they assume this is impenetrable from the outside, and they're wrong. They're very wrong. So I assume it's just an oversight.
Okay,
and I would also make
that too, being that everyone around the town knows, hey, we're not supposed to be over there. So, but being Rand, not knowing anything, because he's on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to knowledge.
It's a great point. Yeah. Accidentally, a great point by Lou. Everyone's looking in the opposite direction, so all the security are like, let's keep an eye on this, like this fake dragon, false dragon, or whatever. So normally the guards patrolling would be like, there's a guy on the side of that fucking mountain, like climbing up there. Maybe someone should have a word, but they're all focused on the other thing.
Yeah, see, there you go, light blinded. That the guards were all focused on Logain. Like everybody's, he is the 100% bigger threat.
Stuff light blinded.
Yeah, see that. It's. I would also argue that we were told that there was rose bushes supposed to be there, but they weren't growing. Like they were just mounds because he was using those to climb up the first slope and then up the wall. So I would also imagine there was like. There would be more natural terrain too, like you guys said. They know not everybody knows what that wall is, except these goat-brained, wool-headed fools.
Except it's been a weirdly harsh and annoying winter, so they probably haven't had time to rebloom yet.
Exactly. And so there's a few little factors that we can reason out as human beings of why he got up there, and then fell into the inside, and now met a young gentleman and a lady, and they're studying him. They're like, who the hell is this guy? Like they're eyeballing him up and down because they don't know who he is. And Rand wants to leave. He's like, oh, my bad, I'll just be on my way now, because he realizes he's probably somewhere he shouldn't be, and he gets up to leave, but
he's woozy.
Yeah, and he is sat right back down because the girl like pushes it, like puts her hand on his shoulder, and he just can't stand up. Like he can't even like fight a one-handed push back down. And he is injured on his head. I'm thinking we got introductions too. We do know it's Elaine now. I can't remember. I just wrote it on the side. It's in my thing. Who says that Rand is a good climber but bad at falling. Like she was razzing him a little bit. And she is starting to tend his wound on his head. And Gawain makes a comment about Elaine finally getting to practice on a person instead of a bird or a
cat.
A cat, another stray. Oh, and no offense, man. I don't mean you're a stray. I'm just saying she's upgrading now. But, we do find out later that some people think he's very much a troublemaker there. And Rand calls Elaine bossy. It's like, is she always like this? Because Rand is remarking, like, the way she speaks to him, she expects people to listen. Like, there's not many people that tell this person no.
Isn't it nice? Garwin's reaction to that. There's quite a cool little, like a tiny little moment where he's kind of like, huh, yeah, no, she's a bossy little bitch. Just no one tells her. He's like, oh, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. She's
Thank God somebody else acknowledged him. Whew.
Honestly, it would have been great if he just yelled, finally. And that was it.
And Gawain starts name dropping here. He's like, yeah, she is bossy. She tells a lot of people a lot of things, and they pretty much listen, except for Mom, Gareth Bryn, Leanie, her nurse. You can't boss somebody who's switched you on your bottom for stealing cookies when you were a kid and a young adult. Like, and then so Elaine shoots him a look like, because we're starting to get who she is in her setting a little bit from Gawain. Yes. Like, yep, she's a boss one. And Rand is like, wait a minute. Who's Mom? Because they're having a discussion, like Elaine and Gawain are starting to have a discussion. And, Gawain gives the most proper answer he can give. Oh, Queen Morgaze, the Camelin of the realm of the ba. And like the whole title. Like the whole title.
Yeah. If you can't work out without context, Rand, I'll spell it out for you, you fucking idiot.
Yes.
That was a funny sequence.
I agree. Because my jaw would have hit the ground. I would have like, oh, like
I do love the book's subtle humor on that.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh, I gotta go. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
I also had a thought right then when Gawain was saying all the different names and he was just like kind of alluding to Mom. I think he was also testing Rand there to see if he could suss it out, and he didn't. Because both of these two are very interested. They find him to be odd, even for a commoner.
He dumb. He is
dumb.
Stupid, thick redhead.
And yeah, he gives himself away later on. Because I'm going to make a point to talk about that too. Oh yes, and that's it right there. So Rand panics right after finding out he's in the Queen's yard, basically garden. And he's like, I gotta go. And then Elaine and Gawain are surprised by him not knowing at all. Like, you really didn't know, did you? He's like,
no.
Yeah, I gotta go for real now, okay? Bye. He wants to leave so bad.
I ain't from this part of the woods. Like, I'm from the Two Rivers. We don't know shit.
Well, that's just it, and that's right where we're at. Gawain asks him, he's like, so, you're gonna leave, you gotta tell us who you are. You gotta at least show us some courtesy. My sister put a fucking bandage on your head and you're just gonna vanish on us. Who the hell are you, buddy? And Rand honestly answers. He doesn't give a story like he had been to a lot of people. I'm Randolph Hoare from the Two Rivers. And Gawain is surprised.
A little shocking.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked that he was so forthcoming with his truth right there.
No.
But he still hasn't been in a day, so he's like, I can't concoct my story yet.
You need to understand Rand. You need to understand Rand, yeah. They're very much, as stubborn as they are, they're very polite. They're kind of like British people from the Two Rivers a little bit.
Bullshit.
In terms of, no, for sure. Because
British
he's kind of like,
my ass.
Those two people have been very nice to him, very polite to him, very helpful to him, very understanding to him as well when he's like, oh, you're in our fucking garden or yard or whatever. And then they're like, the least you could do is kind of just respond courteously with what your name is. And he's kind of like, yeah, I guess, even though it's actually endangering my life, it would be pretty rude if I just said a fake name. So I think it's manners. I genuinely think that's why he gives his name, because he's like, yeah, no, I should, it's the right thing to do. I should be polite and at least give you my name.
That's an excellent point, Echo. He is well-mannered, and it's to his detriment, like being well-mannered is, I think there's a level of trust you have for the general public. And And in this case,
Okay.
he knows who he's talking to now. He knows he's talking to. I think there was a. We didn't quite get there yet.
To the well-mannered part, then we could say that about Perrin too. Like
Yes,
him and
Perrin's
Perrin are
very
both
well-mannered.
well-mannered, where Matt not so much.
Matt's the exception. Matt's like they would probably all call him a rascal, a little rapscallion. He would be the naughty boy of the village, right? But he would still probably help someone out if he had to. Like,
Oh no, I'm sure Matt would help, but as far as the whole well-mannered portion of being like, oh yeah, this and this, and like we've both gotten that from Perrin. Even the women have been well-mannered to a point. I mean, you got to give the point because Egwene is, not Egwene naive.
We all know what Matt would say if he was asked who he was. He would go, yeah, no problem. My name's Perrin O'Bauer. I work at the blacksmiths if you need me. That's all my details. I'm just going to be off. I'll see you later. See ya.
Yeah.
Like Blinded Fool is killing it in the chat. I'm sorry, but that's just Tam is definitely 100% my father. We'll be getting into more of that as well. This is the one that I really liked, though. That's the excellent point. It's like being in London and not knowing who the royal family is.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like,
who's London?
So Gawain is surprised that somebody came from so far away, which also helps because Annie just saw the map. You can see how far the Two Rivers is from Camelin. It's a nice stretch.
I like what a nerd he is as well. He kind of goes, and this is what I've learned in my lessons about the Two Rivers. They do tobacco and they do wool. And it's like, all right, nerd, shut up. Yep. You're killing your sister's vibe here. She's trying to get laid.
Right, no kidding. That's my note too. Gawain babbles. You sell tobacco and wool, and you guys are pretty stubborn. You don't want to push Two Rivers, man. You let them come to it on their own. Basically giving them, it's my job to learn all this stuff. And yeah, he's flexing.
Is your job to babble? Jeez.
Yes, but see, that's the problem. So now he's babbling.
He's doing what he's supposed to do as a brother, cock block.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. And even more so, the bigger cock block comes in. The most handsome man that everybody's ever seen. It's remarked upon by Rand himself that this guy's good looking. Oh, those sexy calves.
Do we really need to know that though? Like the whole fact that even Rand was like, "Damn, dog, you fine." No,
right?
Rand wants us to know how good looking he is. He goes, "He's too good looking for a man." He goes, "That's too good looking." It's like, Jesus Christ, Rand. Go put your dick away, Jesus.
Annie said it earlier. Rand recognizes good merchandise. He knows what he's looking at. I mean, shit.
No,
but.
That doesn't mean he wants to fuck him. He just realizes that is an attractive man.
I would disagree. He's already put in the feelers out there. He kind of goes, well, he's too good looking to be a guy, if you get what I'm saying. And I like girls, so we'll see what happens.
Whoa,
all right. Nice.
So half-brother Galad shows up. And they make a point to say how they're related to him.
Through the daddy.
And also that he's well liked around everybody. Yes, through the father.
Well, he's clearly not that well liked, Spurg. The first thing they say when their half brother turns up, they will go, by the way, he's not actually like our full brother or anything. Just to clarify. Can you stop saying that? Can you stop saying that to every person we meet? It really makes me feel like an outsider.
Well, that's it right here, except by Elaine, who really hates him. Gawain's kind of tolerant, but Elaine is the one that's like, he's not my brother. I hate this guy, him. Who explains to Galad that Rand is a guest. And Galad is not happy about that. He actually is dismissing her out of hand. Like, you don't know who this guy is. What the hell is he doing here? He's got a sword on him. He's a threat. And Galad insults him too. I think he doesn't call him a vagabond, but that's the word I like. And Rand is like, it's time for me to leave. For real. Like he wants to just go right back over that wall now because things are starting to escalate, and it's I would be extremely nervous as well.
But see,
But it is too late to sneak out.
here's a good
the
point,
guard-
though. I just thought about. If let's just say Rand did leave, that would have drew more attention to him than him staying and dealing with what he dealt with, because
he would
we
be
know
gone.
what's going to happen.
Lou,
But he would be
He
gone.
wouldn't be there. He wouldn't be there though, so it doesn't really matter. He's
Yeah,
like,
but
"No,
it's
I'm
not
here
hard to
anymore."
find someone running around with a fucking bandage on his head because he's not going to
Well-
remember to take the bandage off.
Oh yeah, he
What you
remarked
don't
on that
understand
too.
is, Lou, he's going to go into a shop, he's going to buy some white ribbon and put it over it and be like, no. It's like gang colours. Yeah.
I'm switching sides. I'm getting out of here. Real quick, I forgot to say, because I didn't make a note, but he does remark on Elaine tearing up some nice silk to make that bandage, and that any of the ladies in the Two Rivers would be reluctant to even wear it on their best day. You know, like she's just fucking trashing something that's very expensive to help this lout out, this country bumpkin. So yes, it's too late to sneak out. Yes, it was the other way around. Elaine says he's a guest, and she gets real haughty with Galad, and is like, "You can leave me now," and dismisses him. And Galad looks back and is like, "Can you kind of help me out here, Gawain, a little bit? Like, you see what's going on here, right? Don't you?" But both Gawain and Galad know that they can't deal with Elaine. They know that it's just not going to work in the moment. Yes,
Spurg, you know what's absolutely insane with this is that it hurts me to even say this, but Galad's right. A like 20-something-year-old man climbed up the side of a mountain with a sword, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's probably fine. It's just like chat with him, like chill with him. It's not an issue." It's like, no, he's definitely right to be like, "Yeah, but like I'm sure he's great and I'm sure he's fine, but maybe we should probably get the guards here, like just in case, because you know, like just in case he's not a nice guy who accidentally climbed a mountain for a chat. Is that okay?"
Right. And that was also pointed out that Galad always does the right thing. Always. And the right thing in this case would be to go let the guards know. So after Galad was dismissed, he went and got the guards.
What a snitch.
And that's
Probably
you know, and they
ran-
were like, "All right,
probably
we got to
ran
go
straight
now."
away, right?
Yes, and that's the thing. The guards show up real quick, and Gawain was like, he must have ran the second he was out of sight. He sprinted the fuck over there to snitch on
Little
us.
bitch, little bitch.
Yeah,
Probably ran the
exactly.
moment he's out of sight. Yep.
And that's what they, yeah. And
But
so
before that sequence, Spurg,
yes.
Elaine tells her brother straight up, "I command you to." Fuck. She told
yes.
him the whole commandment.
Gawain-
You will be my
Gawain
royal
says-
prince, whatever guard, and
First Prince of the Sword.
all
So
that.
yeah, that's how much Elaine does not like Galad, because Gawain says, "Well, if it wasn't for Galad, I would be dead, and he would be your first Prince of the Sword." And Elaine is like, "Nope, no, anybody else, a stable boy, would be my first Prince of the Sword before him." And I
Even a
command
retard
you,
like this guy
Gawain.
over here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
I know, making fun of Rand right to his face without
Yeah,
really making fun
yeah,
to his
yeah,
face.
yeah.
And then, but Elaine goes, as daughter, heir of the throne of Andor, I command you, Gawain, to not die. Basically, you know, like
It's
you're
so
not allowed to
simple.
die.
It's so simple. Sure, my princess. I won't die. I will never leave your side. Like, God
I
damn,
do
we
like
go
the
to
big
war.
brother aspect in here, though. Like, yes, you know, like you are. She's even admitting to him, "You need to be here to look out for me." And I do appreciate that. You know, giving everybody their purpose.
Mm.
It is too late to sneak out because the guards show up. Guards, more guards.
Well, it sounded like they were trying to sneak him out. He wanted to climb up a door. Climb up the wall again. But she's like, an
Arrow in the
easier
back.
way is to go through the door that's over here hidden by these
sneaky
bushes
door.
and all this other shit. But it's like, I think they're making their way there, but it's too late because, you know, then whatever the fuck his
Galad,
name is,
yes.
is like,
Galahad.
oh, damn, he must have ran and snitched. Like,
Yep.
Can we point out
That's-
how stupid Elaine is as well? Because sure, she trusts Rand, and luckily we know that Rand's a good egg and all that. But she's like, and if you want to know about a secret entrance that no one else knows about, it's just over here.
right over
It's like,
there.
no. What's wrong with you? You
Only
absolute
I
idiot.
know about it. Yeah, right.
Even the
No,
guards,
you
though,
and
if you want to sneak in, like when no one's around, like feel free. It's like, no,
Yeah, that-
what's the
Elaine.
that's Elaine's way of saying, "Hey, come back later tonight, dog. We can come
Oh,
back to
God.
my room and
Mm.
get it on."
that, or she can sneak out on her own, and Mama Morghese don't know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like she's out gallivanting around town because she's got a secret way out, or at least planning on it in the future when she's older.
Cosplaying as Jasmine from Aladdin, Jesus
Right.
Christ, is she playing it?
It's Chekhov's gate, if you will.
Chekhov's gate. Yes, and you're going to show it. You better use it. So yes, and like Lou said, the guards do kind of catch up to Rand. Like, and he's like, "Man, I'm going to just jump the wall. I can't jump the wall because they're going to get me." But both Elaine and Gawain are like, "No, don't shoot. He's good. We'll take care of it." So it's basically Elaine in front of Rand and then Gawain in front of Elaine because that's the order of protection here. And the leader of the set of guards, his name is Talonvor, and he's back away from that dirty peasant. Straight up just constantly insulting Rand. And Elaine's like, "He's my guest, and we're going to get him out of here. We're going to take him out now." And Talonvor's like, "Yeah, that would be all fucking great, but guess what? I told your mom." And she's like, "Shit."
Bitch.
Yeah, and then so Gawain is like, "It'll be cool, man. Don't worry, Rand. You're not going to be in too much trouble. It'll just be, prison for a couple days. And Gareth Bryn's probably going to question you a whole lot. Minimal amount of torture. Promise."
Well, they
Uh,
also.
So good
broke
thing you
down
told the
name
truth,
of
though, right?
general.
Again, yes, it's much better that he did tell the truth where he did and gave up his name, because now he would have to backpedal and explain why he was using an alias. When it comes to Elaine, injured birds and snitches get stitches.
Hmm. But the one that caught my eye during all this shit was the general.
Whom we're about to meet here in a few.
We've not
Yes.
met him yet, Lou.
Well, he
Oh,
was
you're wrong.
introduced. They said his
Oh,
name.
you're wrong.
Remember, the brother and sister talked about him in this sequence. So
Yes.
when they were talking about him, it caught my attention because of your favorite line that I always say, the show.
So Elaine triples down. She's not only doubling down, she's tripling down. Again, this is my guest, my friend. I'm the daughter heir. You guys got to suck it. And guess what? Mom says, "Come on. You come down here. Come to your room. We're going to talk." And so guards be guarding is one of my notes. Like, so they form an empty box around them. They're doing guard stuff. They got like hands on swords. They're eyeballing this guy. Rand actually kind of feels a little safe, but also remarks, "Hey, he's supposed to be going around unnoticed." Not happening, because now everybody, the fucking queen knows he's here.
Snitching ass brother.
And here's another thing. As they're walking through the garden, Rand notices that there's grass and flowers and everything's blooming, and it's like nice. And remarks it to Elaine, who says, "It's not fair. Elida, blah, 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 blah. And I said I can give one farmer the same treatment where their crops would grow, but everybody else around them would fail." And Elaine makes a good point. It's not right. Everybody should have the same benefits. And it's not right that even this garden exists. But,
Hey,
what am I going to do?
Blooming garden, like the way it was described, it was super
But
green, lovely.
We're
looking.
told Elida did that with the one power.
Oh,
And Elaine also, I think it's Elaine. I think it was either Elaine or Gawain. I think it's Elaine, though. So it tells him, "Don't worry, Rand. You'll be fine in front of Mother. Just be confident." Man, and I think that's making it worse for Rand, in my opinion.
I didn't think
We
so.
get a tour through the palace. You don't think so?
No.
She's
She's
literally
reassuring-
going, when you meet
She's
my mom, don't
reassuring
say anything
him.
Stupid.
She's
Yeah,
reassuring him because, hey, let's be honest. Rand don't know what to do in this situation.
You don't.
She's never been in this situation, so she's telling him, "Hey, just be yourself, normal, and things should work out. Continue to tell the truth. Don't do nothing stupid.
You've read enough of this book now. You know the mantra that we got to follow. Okay, what would Perrin or what would Matt do in this scenario? He knows how girls react.
Well, let's be honest. If it was fucking Matt would sit there and be like, he would have lied off Rip, changed his name 20 times, and told 15 different stories about where he's from.
And already been scheming on how to steal the crown jewels.
Exactly. You got treasure?
We get a nice tour of the palace here. And we're walking through tapestries, nice marble floors, livery is around, servants and stuff as they're passing through. A lot of the help is like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? They're like looking at him because they don't know what's going on. Something else more important is happening on this day where there's a false dragon outside. Yikes. We're also told that they aren't going to the main courtroom. Like they're going to meet in a smaller side room. Like it's specifically told it's not
the main hall.
Super public. It's not in the main hall. We're in like a little side room where everybody can kind of just meet and hold a smaller court, I suppose.
Do you like Gawain's Strokesberg that he does?
He's like, remind me, please.
He's like, oh, don't worry, Rand. I'm pretty sure Mum's never killed and chopped anyone's head off.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
He's like, oh, yeah, thanks. I wasn't scared enough, you idiot. Cheers.
Right. Nobody's been sentenced to death in this room, so you should be cool. Excellent catch.
That was pretty funny.
Yep. And Elaine's like, oh, thank God it's not the main hall.
So, with the fancy announcement by Talonvor, Lady Elaine and First Prince of the Sword, Gawain Trakan, blah, 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 blah.
The usual royalty intro.
Yes. So they enter in, and Rand imitates Gawain as best as he can. He's like Gawain's on one side, Rand is flanking him on the other, and it's just like, I'm gonna mimic you, buddy. So make it easy for me. Talonvor glares at him because now I'm pretty sure. So they approach the queen, and then everybody bows. It's one hand on the floor, one hand on your sword hilt. I forget how they're, but there's a specific way to do it. And then Rand mimics that too. And Talonvor's like, oh, you son of a bitch. What, you kneel it to the queen. And so Rand has a little quick self-doubt. Like, am I doing this right? What am I supposed to be? Like, he really doesn't know. And so he is just kind of going through.
Bringing it.
But then we meet Queen Morgase, Mom, Gareth Bryn, and the Aes Sedai who's on the other side, Elaida. Rand remarks on Morgase's presence of, there's an Aes Sedai in the room and everybody else, but she outshines all of it. She is probably the most beautiful woman he has seen to date, including the Lady Elaine. I feel, because there's some people early on that remarked was like, oh, they think the queen is the light maid herself. And Rand's description here is very adjacent to that. He's like way up on the pedestal, like the present. She owns the room, both in presence and in looks. Like it's just a nice description that Robert Jordan gives us. I wrote LOL, you fool. Oh, yes. Rand is remarking on the queen's beauty, and he's like, what are you doing, you fool? Because he's like, I'm checking out the queen now, too, you pervo. Like, that's what that was. I'm glad I remembered that. That was another one of those comedic moments that isn't an explicit joke, but you laugh at him because, like, any one of us would have done the same thing. Like, damn, she's gorgeous. If she wasn't the queen, I'd be asking her out. Wait a minute. So that was a nice, quick self-realization from Rand. And then Queen Morgase and Elaine have a conversation, and is getting chastised by Mom. Basically, this is a mom-daughter conversation, not necessarily a queen to princess conversation. So you've been climbing in trees again? Didn't I tell you to stay in your room? And then she goes in on Gawain a little bit. Gawain, didn't I tell you to watch your sister? And then Elaine makes a good point. How's he supposed to watch me if he's in the other room? So, they both went out and got in trouble. Here's the thing. He knew she left the room because they were both out in the garden together. You know what I mean? So as much as Elaine's getting painted as a troublemaker here, Gowan is kind of the safety net, and Mom knows it. And so that conversation was kind of nice to me. Like, we're getting a bit, because Elaine is the one pushing buttons, like seeing how far her boundaries can go. And Morghese is like, that's good for when you're queen, but you're not yet. So know your place.
She also remarks that, Gawain needs to obey, of course, but he also needs to be like, yeah, but shouldn't we also not do that? You need to be the voice of reason as well.
Yes.
But can he be, though? Can he be when she'll sit there and say, well, I am the princess and I'm...
No, but he can try.
It doesn't seem to work.
It's the same balance that bizarrely Gareth Bryn and I assume Morghese kind of have, that she's kind of trying to teach him, where she's kind of going, look, obviously whatever I say goes, but you kind of also have to kind of know when to kind of be like, come on, like you can't really do that, which he kind of does with her, I assume, based on, the kind of respect they have for each other. But yeah, hopefully she's not planning on Game of Thronesing these two,
This is a nice scene. There's not a lot of action. It's more or less the conversation and how it goes down, which we're not going over word for word. So even though this was an hour-long chapter, summarizing it isn't going to take as much.
This was a fun chapter.
I think so.
But
we
where
find
was
out
the
that
action?
Elaine...
I don't remember this from the show.
The action was him falling on his ass, catching a concussion, and then everything else plays out.
more
Like,
tense.
I enjoyed.
That's an accident. That's not action.
It's action enough. You smart ass.
I don't know, Lou. You might be losing credibility on that.
I'm being a smart ass back. Like, I don't need every chapter to have action, but this chapter actually, for being an hour, it flowed well because there's a lot of information here, and I was just trying to figure out where the fuck were you crying at? Getting all teary eyed, like you wrote in the chat.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah. I can't remember. There was something that got said, I think by Gareth Bryn. Oh, yeah, shit. Okay. So Gareth Bryn mentioned something about Rand and a certain something. And that comment, I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's real. And I was like, oh, what?
Game
Like,
recognized game, nigga. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Guys kind of like get choked up by different things. And that kind of got me a tiny bit. I wasn't crying, you fag. Jesus.
No, I know.
You wrote it.
He said he got a little weepy.
No, weepy. Sharpsburg. Right. I'm out.
I didn't think you were going to catch that. That's my favorite thing to say about men. He's getting a little weepy. No, but you're right. Dude, this happens to me throughout this series a number of times. I'm just like, and specifically in the next book with a character.
Oh, good. Some action.
We find out that Egwene, I'm going to keep doing that because I wrote the letter E. Elaine and Gawain are going to Tarvalin. Like, because, Morghese explains to Elaine that you can't be this type of person when you're in the White Tower. They'll set you down real quick, princess or no princess. So after that little bit of conversation goes, Elaine starts to explain about how Rand got there and he climbed a wall, fell in, he fell back down. She makes some excellent points. Yes.
Sorry. Does Rand outwardly react at all at that bit of information that we get dropped about Elaine?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't think he does.
Going to Tarvalin?
So Annie, from that, what would you insinuate then from that bit of information where they go, hey, when you go to Tarvalin, you got to cut this shit out?
What am I insinuating? That she's going to be trained to be an Aes Sedai, or at least something adjacent?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. That's what I would take from.
And it's being implied that Gawain's going to be her warder.
So I like that Rand's just there going.
Well,
it's like
Rand can't sit there. Rand can't sit there. Hey, I'm headed to Tarvalin too. Can I tag along?
He's busy thinking about. He's busy thinking about Morghese. He's got way more important things on his mind.
Yeah, he's literally thinking, mother. daughter, mother, daughter. And they're like, so anyway, when you go be an Aes Sedai, and he's like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, what I half expected was like, and all the like color like drops from Rand's face or what have you, because he's clearly like they're kind of flirting and what have you, and he's like, well, they're demons, like the Aes Sedai, they're witches, blah blah blah. But he just doesn't react, so it's just typical Rand, I guess.
Yes, and that's the thing. I think because he doesn't react, we're not supposed to catch it as much as we do. I mean, you do as a reader, but he doesn't. He's not. It's not pertinent to him at that time.
Unless coincidentally she's going there for like a political assignment for like, you know, like bridging their country and wherever Tar Valon is in, like if that's in a different region, then, you know, unless it's like a political assignment, no, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, like that's a reasonable
Right.
kind of like alternative, but I think they kind of insinuate they're going to beat this attitude out of you. So it's kind of like, okay, maybe not. Maybe it is more
So-
like, teacher and student, right?
Yeah, military
I know-
school, in my opinion.
I know Pineapple and Spurg know, but what color
Do you-
Aes Sedai do you think whatever her name is?
African American.
No, you
Yes.
dumbass.
Yeah,
I
that's what
have
color
no
that is.
idea. I don't know enough about any of the colors or how many there are or what there are to pick from.
We've
She's
only
not.
had two,
I would say she's not a white cloak.
3.
You've only
We've
had
had
of
three.
red. I
Two
think
colors, I
you've
believe,
only
so
had
far.
of red,
Or three.
red, black, and what maybe blue. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not really been talked about.
No,
Right.
There's only red and
That's
black
it.
has been mentioned.
Yeah,
Yes.
and also, and just
Specifically
to throw it
Aja,
out
yes.
there, just to throw it out there, Aes Sedai wouldn't count black as one of the colors, essentially.
Right.
So
I don't even know why.
So
As
then,
long
yes,
as-
I have even further of an. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to go with chartreuse and fuchsia. A nice
Yeah,
combo
basically-
color.
Yes.
But that will be later on, like because each color does have like their own agenda, kind of. Oh, it was explained by
Like Power
Land,
Rangers.
right?
Previous couple chapters.
Okay, yeah. That
By land.
just because they all fight,
to-
yes, they all fight the Dark One, but in different ways. So, like each color does have it represents their way.
Just
So-
pay attention to the queen's colors, man. Duh.
So Elaine is trying to argue for Rand, why he's there, that he's not. He's a good Two Rivers guy. I promise. I talked to him for about a half an hour. I can vouch for him. She literally says that. She says, I vouch for him. But then, Mama Morghese is queen, and she's the queen for a reason. She makes very excellent counterpoints. He doesn't look like he's from the Two Rivers at all. Like, he doesn't even appear.
That's racist.
Exactly. Well, and I'll make more points about the show and that later. But yes, it's supposed to be Rand is where he says he's from. He doesn't look like he's from there. But he stays steady. He's standing there taking it from the queen. But then it is noticed that he has a sword on his hip, and that it's a heron mark blade, and that he's too young to have the heron mark blade. And this is the part that Echo was remarking on. Because Queen Morghese says, Queen Morghese is talking, and Bryn cuts in and says, it belongs to him. I don't know where he got it from. I don't know how it is his, but he wears it and carries it like it is his. It belongs to him. It suits him.
Well,
Look at him.
Prior to all that, they find out it's a Heron Mark's blade through the Aes Sedai. She's looking at him up and down. Like, remember, his blade is still wrapped up. But she figures out it's the special
To hide
blade.
it.
He still has it concealed, but she figures it out, and she's the one kind of picking through his whole Two Rivers story.
Yes. Rand gets defensive, and Elida makes the case against Rand, and then Morghese says, if you're going to do one of your foretellings, be straight about it, be straight worded about it. And she does. She says that Rand is a very dangerous man. But she gives a very vague foretelling. I foretell this, that Andor is going to weep more tears than it has before, and bad shit's going to happen, and then stops there.
Is it Gareth Bryn who absolutely wrecks her with that foretelling later on? Is it him
Yes.
who kind of goes, well, any intel or whatever could kind of go, the weather's getting worse, the winters are getting shorter, like food's getting scarcer, things in
says that
general are going to get
exactly.
worse. And he's kind of like, so, great work. Thanks, Aes Sedai, for pointing out the fucking obvious. I was just like, whoa, this guy does not give a shit.
Right. No, Elida foretells pain for Andor, and then under her breath says pain for the whole world, and Rand stands at the heart of it. She says that just loud enough that Rand barely catches it. It's not for the whole room to even hear. But then Morghese asks for advice from both sides, and Gareth Bryn says, if it was me, I'd throw him straight in jail because it just seems that he's unlucky. He got here by happenstance, and it's not in his favor. I'd lock him up. I would question him until Elaine and Gawain and Logain are well out of his reach, and then we can let him go. He doesn't seem like a bad lad.
We're not arresting and imprisoning him, but we are going to legally detain him. That's my recommendation.
Yeah, basically that from Gareth Bryn, who is very level-headed and smart. Like he said, and I think he also mentions early on, he's like, if it was me, we would have killed him as soon as we saw him on the ground. It's basically that. But after this, and then, Elida mentions the foretelling to her that he's going to be trouble. And if you let him go, it's going to be trouble. But the Queen's justice is served. Queen Morghese mentions that the entire city has been paranoid and that people are at each other's throats and suspecting everybody else of evil shit all the time now, and she will not be a part of it. She looks Rand up and down. Oh, she explains to Rand and, Elaine and Gawain and everybody else too, Elida and Bryn, but that she has an advantage of having heard Two Rivers folks speak. You do have the Two Rivers tongue on you. You sound like you are from the Two Rivers, even though you don't look like it. Because there was also a remark that he's a shepherd, and the sword, a shepherd has a sword, and that's where Elida had approached him with it. And so he's hiding the Heron Mark blade. He's being suspicious.
And it's even further mentioned before in the garden that Elaine says that, if you would have this proper shawl on your head, you're literally like the spitting image of an Aielman. So, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that I don't entirely believe you.
Is that at the end?
It's at the end of the chapter.
That's really useful, that bit of information where he kind of goes, FYI, mate, you look exactly like... That's like going up to someone and being like, why do I always get stopped in these airports? Be like, it's because you look like a Paki. It looks like you're a sand angler. Just, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, no problem. Have a nice day. Yeah, you too. With this, I did want to ask Annie and Lou real quick. How does Morghese come across in this speech to you guys? Because she's obviously the first queen that we kind of get introduced to, what have you, and she's talking to Rand, who is pretty much either a dark friend to them or just some idiot bumpkin. Yes, Queen's Justice indeed. How does she come across to you, Annie, with regards to her little speech and her deductions and what have you?
Mommy. She good. No, I think she's it's hard to get a real opinion off her from just this one tiny interaction, but a great first impression on her. She seems like she leads well if she's willing to make we'll call it a snap decision. There's not really a full-on court or anything. He's not even in an official tribunal or anything. They just kind of brought him in spur of the moment. It's like, all right, do we kill him or do we keep him alive? It's like, what? He hasn't done anything, so I'm not going to be a part of this shit. So we'll just let him go. And if he does shit, well, then that's different.
Yeah.
So,
and Luke, can you just go meh, and then no? What's your answer?
Honestly,
I love you guys.
The two counterparts that I've been introduced to so far, I like this version versus the show version. The show version was a bitch. This version seems to be laid back so far. I'm sure she would be, that stern woman if need be, but right here she's being chilled. So, the show version was bitchy. and she flexed it like I'm the fucking queen, and I say what I say goes. Until she got put in her place, and I like that part.
Well, and here, Echo, if you had anything, I'm sorry. Well, what's
No,
your
it's
opinion,
absolutely
Morgan?
fine.
You asked the question. Answer it.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I'm going to make a mental note of all of our opinions on her at this moment. She seems level-headed. She seems fair. She seems in command, right? Like she kind of like, she knows, she listens to people's point of view. She listens to their concerns, and she makes her judgment based on the information that she has and that other people give her. And she's kind of like you say, if there's nothing actually proved against him, and our kind of gut is he probably isn't doing anything sinister, then let's be the better people and, let him go. And if we're wrong, we're wrong, and, we can deal with it later. But, yeah, she comes across as a fair, a wise, just queen. So just remember this, guys, for 18 months' time, for just in case something changes down the line.
So she I'm going to further cap that with she's using impeccable logic. She is also using her world experience to make an informed decision. She calls Rand out. She's like, dude, there's no way you're lying because what you're saying is too flippant preposterous. Because Rand explains to Rand says, I'm a shepherd from the Two Rivers. My father gave me this sword because he thought I was going to need a sword in the world. It doesn't come off as something that would, if you were who you look like, you wouldn't be lying about coming from the Two Rivers. It's basically saying like,
is impeccable. You're absolutely right. Her logic is impeccable there. She kind of goes, why would you say that you're from the Two Rivers? Why would you say you're a farmer? You look nothing like any of those things. That's like Loyal being like, oh, yes, I'm a dwarf from the mines. Like, no, you're not. You're clearly right.
No, you're not. Yeah, right.
And for Eckel and maybe Lou, Rand is carrying a sword. That's also very important because of his appearance.
Oh, their reaction is insane to that, isn't it? Their reaction to
oh yeah, they saw the Herrenmark blade and everybody was like, whoa, get this motherfucker. They were like, everybody, all the guards were like, fuck this guy, because they know what it means.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if he can use it, then
yeah, he's a blade master,
literally
kind of thing, right?
They all kind of assumed that he did, didn't they? They all kind of like, sorry to do two like
they were all like
references in one, but it's kind of like they all saw him take off his shirt and he's got like a ticking bomb there. They're like shit, fuck. Okay, let's escalate our like preparations because this could get dirty real quick. I think they were pretty much. I don't know if they kind of insinuating that they were preparing to die. Some of the guards that they were kind of like, well, if he's a fucking like heron sword guy, like it might not end well.
The general made that point. He's like, he's too young to have earned it on his own, and he kept making that a point, and that's why she's like, well, you're a sheep herder and your father's a sheep herder. How did your father come across it? Like,
right.
That's why she's really believing the story.
Made that point. I don't think it's Gareth who made that point. It might have
that
been,
was Elida.
Yeah, Elida was kind of like, that's like absolute bullshit. Like back me up here, guys, with swords. That's way too young, right? And essentially, that's when Gareth says the bit that choked up the pineapple. For a second, didn't even cry, not even a tiny bit, you idiot.
Yeah, you wept.
Where he was kind of saying it belongs to him. Yeah, it looks like it fits it. And I was kind of like, Rand must have been like, oh, thanks, mate. Cheers, bud. It does look like it belongs, doesn't it?
That's my dad on my hip. I love it. Thank you, sir.
It's my pa. Yeah. It belongs to my pa.
Yeah. Yes.
I miss you, Papa.
Yuck, that was my dad's.
So,
Daddy, I want to grab some ale with you at the local bar.
He is a daddy's boy. He loves his pa. So Morghese basically makes him swear, you don't mean any harm to me or Andor or my children, which, it's made a point like, if you fuck with my kids, you're going to pay even worse than fucking with the politics, And Rand's like, I don't mean anybody any harm. And then there's a pause, my queen. And then Talonwar again. You know, like, because he's barely being a good Queensman, just barely remembering, formalities. But Rand swears, to you and yours least of all. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's trying to stay away from being hurt. That's all. But he can't. If he starts pouring it out right here, he's going to get locked up. So Queen Morghese passes her judgment and says, let this man go. She starts to say, let this, and she cuts herself, let Elaine's guest out, escort him out. Proper escort. Rand, fuck, man, get me the fuck out of here. Also, it is remarked that Rand notices a gray tabby cat. There's only one cat in the palace, where the inns all have like 4 cats to an inn. Like you don't have rats in the palace. Remark that Elida doesn't like rats, and she's doing something to keep them away.
Yes. What a great reference for a bit later on. Which
rat genocide. A
new band. That sounds like a band name, Annie. That sounds great. But yeah, there's a little reference real later on that we probably wouldn't have even brought up. But is it Master Gil gets an offer from Moraine right later on? With
alert!
Yes, exactly. With regards to what happens in the palace, most likely. Seeing as they've only got one cat. But yeah, anyway.
All right. Rand is befuddled. I had to write the word befuddled down because it was in there. Sorry, another inside joke reference. Rand is Ron befuddled. By Elida and a bit by the Queen. Because now he got that foretelling told to him, and now it's bothering him. I stand at the heart of it. What do you mean? I don't stand at the heart of nothing. Tam's my dad. Leave me alone. Very emo, this guy. So as everybody's parting ways, Elaine is hanging out. Like, they're at the front gate. It's in my mind, it's like they're all like all the Queen's people are standing over here. Elaine and Gawain are right in front. Rand has got his back to the door, basically. And Elaine is like, if I would have told Mom I thought you were handsome, she would have for sure locked you up. And Rand is like, what? Huh? And I can't remember exactly the thing that, because she says that, you're cute, and then basically walks away. And Gawain stays standing there, and he says something to her, or to Rand, like, well, don't try to battle with words with her. Like, you're not going to win it. It basically says you'll never win a verbal argument with Elaine, and just submit. He's basically saying that to Rand, who only has spent, a few hours. In my opinion, they're being a little familiar. And so Gawain just kind of stands there awkwardly silent, and Rand stands there kind of awkwardly for a moment. But then Gawain and Rand have a talk about the Aiel, because, like, Rand asks him, he's like, why do people keep, mistaking me for somebody that I'm not? And he's like, and Gawain says, wrap a shufa around your head and you would be a spitting image for an Aielman. But I'm not an Aielman, God damn it, I'm from the Two Rivers. Tam's my father. I don't care if I was born outside. And he is. Young old vibes, you're 100% right. This is where Rand is kind of like, it's in his head mostly, though. It's not him being outwardly me. It's him being like, I am who I am. Like, he's very struggling with his identity at this point.
It's a really great reference from Young Old Vibes, because in the next chapter there is a scene where he tries fast food for the first time since being out of the village, so it's pretty good.
He gets a Popeye's chicken sandwich and it blows his mind. He almost faints from it.
That Marco's pizza is so good.
Ugh, dude, Donato's is so much. Never mind. I digress. So that conversation is nice between Gawain and Rand, because we do get a bit of a lore drop, and why this is the third time in as many chapters. Loyal mistaked him for being Aiel. The Queen mentioned it. Gareth Bryn kind of side-eyeing him.
Thank God someone just shouts it out. Thank God someone goes, it's because of this. And he's, all right, fair enough. So if you can't read
and now Gawain explains.
You not noticed that you look completely different to everyone else in your village? No, it's all right. Jesus Christ.
He doesn't look in the mirror.
They don't have mirrors.
They haven't been invented yet.
I don't
Two Rivers.
I know they do have mirrors in World, though.
Notoriously, with rivers, you can normally see reflections in them, Lou.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. Maybe not
so
where
Rand,
you live, Annie, but in fantasy worlds, they're not polluted, all right?
Okay, yeah, I live next to the Mississippi. No.
It's just brown. Rand fears Elida. He's thinking about what she had said, and he's like, fuck this, and starts running back to the inn. Like, he's walking, and then he's getting a little more worried. He picks up his speed. He's getting more worried, and then eventually he just starts sprinting.
He looks back.
Caring. Oh, because he's also worried that Elida is going to tail him. Elida pressed him, where are you staying? And this is where he did decide to lie. And he said,
which is so confusing. He just randomly is just like, oh, okay, I'm going to be honest. Cool, get myself out of trouble. Oh, time to lie. It's like, okay, I mean, good for you. Maybe, trust your instincts. But it's just like, you're just doop. Time to lie.
That's how it usually is. A lot of people do that.
It doesn't help that your camera keeps freezing because I can't tell that you're talking. Sorry. Who did he lie to? Was it Elida or was it to Morgaze?
It was straight to Elida. Because she asked where.
So there's your first answer then. Why does he all of a sudden lie to her? Because he's like, bad vibes. No, I'm not giving you information. I don't feel any obligation to you. I don't feel I need to be polite or respect you whatsoever. Even though a lot of people might disagree with that, with like an Aes Sedai or an assistant to the Queen or whatever the fuck. Exactly. But yes, what does get noted as well is that fucking work hard. What's it called? Try hard. Fucking guard who's been eyeballing him all day. Elaine has to go. Yeah, and he's a guest, so don't be like tracking him. Like let him exit the normal way and just go. And it's like, so yeah, Rand's right to be looking because that was exactly what they were going to do.
And one final,
going to follow him.
And one final. Also, is that during the little thing when he was being interrogated, somebody mentions like, don't you think it means anything that he decided to pick the red over the white? When he comes in and popular opinion is white, and he still went with. It's like, no, I just did it because I was broke, but it's fine.
Yeah, I won't mention that bit. It's like I'll just take the compliment on it. It's like, yeah, that's why I did it.
And one more thing that I did miss there, Morgaze says something to Rand, and Rand squirms. Like, oh, see, I told you, because she catches him in not necessarily a lie, but that's what it was. Morgaze was using her logic, and she was like, he probably doesn't even know that he was part of the realm because nobody's collected taxes in the Two Rivers in like 30 years. So, and that's where Rand is like, yeah, I just found out like a week ago that the Two Rivers is part of Andor, and that, in fact, I am part of the Good Queen, part of her realm. Which
that's so good though, because she's essentially going, this guy is probably such low kind of like ranking. He's so irrelevant, so dumb, so stupid. You probably don't even know you're part of the realm. And he's like, if I answer that, honestly, I'm going to go, yeah, I did know I'm part of the realm. I found out a week ago. Like,
yes, okay, exactly.
That's just as bad. That's just as bad. Just keep quiet and squirm.
And I also want to make a point that I think Elida said, it hides the heron mark. It's wrapped. It's sort of specifically wrapped in a way to hide the heron mark. So yeah, he did look a little suspicious, but he did weasel his way out of it, and the Queen let him go against Elida's better judgment, but using Gareth's better judgment, saying, he probably isn't a threat, just unfortunate for him, so we'll send him on his way, and if he does anything, guess what? It's going to be double punishment. Because that's exactly how I would handle it if I was him. Like, all right, dude, we let you go.
How are you going to kill him twice?
Yeah.
Well, no, not kill him twice. See, we let him go. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Don't you guys do that in the US? You go, well, you killed 4 people, so you're going to jail for 180 years. It's like, oh, no. Oh, please.
Yeah,
let me do 120, and then we'll call it a day. Like, you're dead.
I know. I've always thought about that. I think one of the ones I heard was like a 900-year sentence to be conserved.
Just say until you die. Just say until you die. Yep. It's fine.
You've been sentenced.
No, your corpse is being imprisoned. But not even if you resurrect as a zombie, you still have to serve.
That's true. Yeah, I think that covers that just in case if there is resurrection. Also, I think it is a language thing. Like you're serving 900 years. Technically, you're not being sentenced to death. You're just serving 900 years. Do you know what I mean? It's a way around the death penalty. Semantics. Hey,
I don't know. They still use life in prison. Like, so what's the purpose of having infinite years? It's just like, sorry, if it's over 80 years, that's life in prison. Sorry, just your life.
I've derailed the show. Let's crack on. Sorry.
No, I know. And it's something I like to talk about too, which is like true crime stuff. And but here we are, chapter 41. Speaking of old friends, new threats. Bleh. I can't even. It's one of those titles that got me. So Rand runs all the way back to the Queen's Blessing. Yes, the Queen's Blessing. I used initials there.
Do you know?
Not even caring if people worried that he's like looking suspicious or dragging attention.
Yeah. At a certain point, he was just like, "I got to get back there."
I like that was the initial issue. He's kind of like, oh, it'd be pretty stupid if I was like running now, right? Because people would be like, oh shit, maybe we're like pile in on him. Now he's like, yeah, fuck that shit. I'm just getting home. I don't give a fuck. But what I pictured when you said that, Spurg, was Rand opening a Willy Wonka chocolate bar and finding the golden ticket. And he's like, I'm going to run home, boy. Run home and don't stop for anyone. And he just runs home with it.
Yeah, I know. Charlie, that is an excellent
Look, Matt McGill, I got the golden ticket.
You basically did. He got to meet the Queen. So back at the Queen's Blessing, Lamgwin is petting his cats. He likes his cats. And talks to Rand about a cat thief across the street who tried to steal some. Why, I don't know. I think maybe either to eat them or to use them for ratting, I suppose. But Lamgwin likes his cats, and I like Lamgwin.
I've got a better idea on that, Spurg, by the way.
Yes, please.
Just then. He's trying to get the cat so more rats can go in around that area, so they can get more eyes for the Dark One. See, sinister. See, there's no evidence for that, and we get no more information ever on that. But there you go. There's just a load of shit.
I like where you went. I thought it was going to be a business sabotage too. We'll flood the Queen's Blessing with rats, so that way they all go to the.
That's just a bonus.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea as well, though. That's a great idea. That is a brilliant idea.
It's getting cutthroat out here, man.
Or sell cats. Buy one cat, get one cat free. There you go. Perfect. Great business idea.
Nice. And great. It's all profit.
Yeah, you get
and it's even easier to keep the profit because you're giving away the stolen cats.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you steal the cat back, and that's it.
You trade it to come back. Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to move to Camelin.
Okay, let's rein it in, guys. Let's rein it in. Let's rein it back in. Rand wants to tell his story from the exciting day he just had that no one wants to believe.
We're excited too, Lou. Quit raining on my parade.
Yeah, you're excited about cats being fed to rats.
All right, let's talk about the show. Let's talk about the show real quick. Go on, Lou.
What to talk about in the show? The show didn't do any of this.
I only saw one cat in the show.
I honestly don't even remember seeing a cat in the show. I think I saw more wolves than anything.
The filming for the cats, you have to have a cat trainer and then like a harness. PETA's going to be involved.
Yeah, it's just a chihuahua.
You tell
a little
Spur.
chihuahua with like just makeup on to make it look like a little cat.
Oh yeah, that's awful. You guys are mean. After the conversation about the cats, Rand asks Lamgwin, where's Master Gil? And Master Gil's in the library playing stones with Loyal. I think it's one of the first times we get like the game mentioned by name. I think I mentioned it last chapter. I knew it was coming. It's one of those, another thing that's just in universe. It's nice. Master Gil's in there. He's losing to Loyal. He's not happy about it. Gil asks him, well, what's wrong, lad? And so Rand starts to explain what just happened. I was at the palace. I was near the palace. I climbed a wall. I fell in. I met Elaine. Morghese is gorgeous. You should see the queen. She's fantastic, that one.
How good is his reaction, Spoke? He's like, yeah, I met the queen.
Oh, and yes, and the queen's guard is right upstairs. Gareth Bryn just had soup with him not that long ago.
Yeah, they're blowing him off.
Loyal's listening to the conversation matter-of-factly because he knows it's the built-in plot device that we all like Planetful mentioned earlier, Taviran. He's Taviran. He has pull over people.
He specifically said plot armor, which is kind of true.
Yes, it very much is. I think I mentioned that early on, that there are devices that are built in to let Robert Jordan get away with a lot of different stuff, which I find to be smart. I think it's done it's well done, so that way you're just not like, ugh, Like
it's really intelligent to give yourself writer's tools in universe that you can use, and then your readers aren't like, that just happened out of nowhere. It's like,
exactly.
yes, but it's a cascading effect because of the pull thing. Remember? It's not just coincidence.
Annie helped point out earlier on as well the use Robert Jordan has for people like Tom Merrilin. I'm not sure if you specifically mentioned it, but we had our cupcake sailor who also had the same kind of equivalent where he could just kind of drop a load of lore on you and be like, oh, that's just what I do. That's what I'm here for. I'm the NPC that you click on and goes, if you're having trouble getting to Camelin, try this. But yeah, it's very good.
I hear the Eastern Road results in some nice treasures, and then so you go down the Eastern Road and you find out where you need to be. Yes.
Oh, I heard you can't go the Western Road anymore because of the Snorlax blocking it, unless you have a flute to wake it up. Yes, exactly.
Right, 100%. And yes, Bail Domond is a great character for that. He's traveled the world and he's seen it all. Yes, Gil is kind of interested in the story, but he's very skeptical. And Rand is exasperated by that a little bit, I think. He's just like, it happened. So Gil does relent and says, okay, if it did happen, you gotta go.
2 days.
You have like maybe about 2 days, because he mentioned Elida, knowing that he's in town, and he's like, well, even if she starts where you said you were, you got about 2 days, and that's if they don't find you in the first day, in the first hour, just by chance. And Master Gil was like, I got a couple of horses for you, I guess. I'll feed you. Matt and Rand are upstairs. Or Matt's upstairs. I'll take care of the wisdom. You just get your shit together, and I'll get you out of here. And this is another thing that, like, not necessarily teared me up, but you're like, yeah, Master fucking Gil's a bro. He's being a bro. And Rand asked him, like, dude, why are you doing all this? And, he's like a little apprehensive on his own. Ooh, creepy echo. And he says that if Tom felt compelled enough to help you boys out, I can help you out too.
Your eyes got like weirdly darkened there.
Not close. Like it was like your camera shut off for a second, and then so your eyes and mouth turned completely black. It was pretty creepy. Yeah, gone.
And then Master L'Oreal says, I will join you on your journey, Randolph.
That's right where my next note. Loyal tags along. He says, I want to come with you. And Rand relents. He's like, you know what the deal is, right? And Loyal's like, yep, dark friends, possibly the Dark One himself. Don't you worry, I'm going to come with you. And in my opinion, it's pretty good it's mutually beneficial. It helps Loyal not get attacked by regular townspeople because he's with humans and they're probably not a Trolloc. It does bring attention to the...
Such a bad idea, Spo.
It brings attention to the whole group, but then again, they're not looking for an Ogier.
Look, this is the scenario at the moment that Rand thinks it's going to be, okay? He thinks it's going to be Rand with a Heron-marked blade, yeah, who looks out of place. He's 6'6", red hair, looks like an Aiel, yeah? So one of the savage Aiel. That's what he looks like, yeah? You then have a sallow-dyed, bitter, sickly, twisted Matt with a ruby dagger, and then you've got a Trolloc, essentially. So not a single. That's
suspicious at all, dude.
Going to see. That's what people are going to see, and then they're going to go. Yeah, no. If anyone asks for us, can you just say you've not seen us? It's like, no, fuck off.
No, you're the weirdly most racially diverse group I've seen ever.
Yeah,
and that's
episode 1 of Wheel of Time. Hey,
but that's my point. That's kind of the thing that I don't want to harp on too much, but yeah. These guys are supposed to be standing out anywhere they go because everywhere else is pretty homogenous, and it is that everybody. This is a settling after an aftermath. So things get segregated that way because factions faction up and then become, states and then blah, 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 So that part is really interesting to me. But yes, they are not the most conspicuous group ever. Inconspicuous? They definitely can't hide themselves, especially taking on an Ogier. Which
Dude,
Rand,
the best boy band group ever formed.
right? Which Rand agrees to. In my, like you just mentioned, Echo. I was waiting for somebody to make that point. Why? Why would you? Okay, I guess
Just can't say no.
Especially after
Like I
saying no
said,
the
he's
first
polite.
time. He already said no
He's
once.
polite.
It would be easy to just say it again, though.
I mean,
Well,
Loyal's
he
not
makes
gonna
the
argue.
point that where he's going. Well, I would like to go visit that garden, and
Oh yes, because they're
other
going to
little
Tarvalon.
tropes on the way. So that's why he's like,
yeah,
well,
I can see.
kind of hard to say no now that you want to go visit this.
Basil Gill says to Loyal, "I guess we're gonna have to start that Stones game over." And Loyal's like, "Nah, we can pick it up later." Because I guess he was losing.
Yeah. Well, he says that because dun dun dun, there's a visitor at the front door.
Just before that happens, Rand gets upset. He's like, thinking in his head again, and he's not the heart of the problem. And Tam is my dad, and I don't care what all these people say. I'm going to Tarvalon. And then one of the serving wenches.
Can I throw you off again? I do apologize.
Of course.
I just want to ask
that's the
Luke,
idea.
do you have to be somewhere? Because you keep every so often going, yes, but next bit. Come on.
I'm just trying to keep us on track.
It's fine.
Fair.
I'm here to get Spurg on track and then take him off track and then put him on and then take him off again. That's how it
We've been
works.
keeping them off track quite a lot today.
Just like the American Roachy. That's me. I'm the American Roachy. Next thing you know, I'll be wearing an American Emirates shirt. Manchester United, sorry. Yes, Rand says, he
Arsenal.
can come. And then a serving wench shows up and says that there's white cloaks in the common room. And Master Basil goes, hey, I'll handle this. Then this is where Gil remarks about the Stones game. I guess we're going to have to start all over again. And Loyal's like, nah, we'll just pick it back up. And Rand follows Gil out. He gets far enough to a point where he can stand behind a door and eavesdrop on Master Gil in this white cloak interaction that we're about to see, who are extremely rude to Master Gil right off the rip. We're in here looking for dark friends. I can't remember. Oh, yes, they do. We're looking specifically for boys from the Two Rivers, blah, blah, blah. And so Rand is like, oh, shit, they're looking for us. But I don't think that's who they're looking for. Do you guys have any other suspicions? I know you know who they're looking for. But at this point, were you sure if the White Cloaks were looking for Rand and Matt or somebody else that might have been from the Two Rivers?
Well, I think you accidentally said then two boys. Yeah, but that's a great point because immediately I assume the same as Rand, yeah, because we're in Rand world. We're like, yeah, Rand, everything's about Rand. But the fact that they're like, we're looking for two people from the Two Rivers, it's like, great points. Brilliant point. I missed that entirely for some reason.
Yeah, that's we know who he's looking for, but yeah, Rand is like, oh shit, they're looking for us. Because what else would he think?
Sure, yeah, for sure.
Wait, are they not there for Rand?
Well, who else are from the Two Rivers that have messed with the White Cloaks?
Well, Matt, but I mean,
No.
they said two people.
Oh, somebody just got rescued from somewhere a couple chapters ago by Lan.
From the
I
White
need them
Cloaks.
over.
Ah, okay. Well,
And there's two of them.
Got a certain pair of eyes.
Yeah.
Perrin. I mean, I didn't know I was supposed to answer after being like realized. Okay, yeah, it's Perrin, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because you didn't understand. So like, you might have still not understood. So yeah,
I wasn't sure.
Perrin.
Yes, but
Perrin and
we know
I,
that.
I still don't because I didn't get that at all. I figured they were looking for Rand and Matt.
Okay,
Oh, no shit.
so
Perfect.
yeah,
I kind of did
Whereas-
too, honestly.
yeah.
I literally didn't even think about Perrin.
Yes,
Wow.
no, exactly,
Yep.
and that's
Perfect.
what
That's
I said
exactly what was
initially,
supposed
right?
to happen.
Yeah, I said that a minute ago, right? I said we didn't even think about that because we're all thinking about Rand, so it's all about Rand. But it's a very good point because Perrin and Egwene literally were like interrogated. We're like, we're from the Two Rivers, and then they break out and kill a load of white cloaks again, or beat up a load of white cloaks. So it's a brilliant point by Spurg, because I wouldn't have even fucking caught that now, and I've read the fucking thing about 4 times. They're clearly looking for, actually looking for Perrin and Egwene. So yeah, good spot.
The reason why I didn't think about them is because we're in this chapter and white cloaks are in town, and I'm assuming these white cloaks have already been there prior to the parent white cloaks who still had to travel there. So that's why I really didn't correlate it like that.
Go ahead, Echo.
Sorry, I've got 2 dogs on my shoulders, so I was making a noise because I didn't meet my mic.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a point. But that's like, that shows how their word travels as well, that they're already looking for Perrin in the 2 rivers. I mean, we don't, you can surmise that. It isn't explicitly said, but the guys come in, we're looking for some dark friends from the 2 rivers, like 2 people from the 2 rivers, basically. But Gil, oh no, here's the thing. And so like Master Gil's kind of like, I don't know, dark friends are in blah, blah, and sticking up for himself. And then the white cloaks threaten again. Well, it would be a shame if the dragon's fang was on your door, because people would be. So it's basically like the white cloaks are threatening to plant evidence on him, so that way they can fuck with him if he doesn't start complying and give up information that he should give. And Gil's like, Master Gil loses his shit, basically. And it's like, I'm going to count to 3, and you got till then to get the fuck out. And not only are people, not only is Gil standing up to this, the people in the inn are starting to back him up. They stand up. If they got a weapon on them, they're making sure they're showing their weapon. I don't think it puffs Gil up, because I don't think he was realizing it was happening at the time, but he was not having it with these white. You got till 3 to get out of my inn, because you have, number 1, you have no sway here. You have no power here.
He pretty much
written Camelin.
Right, no written came. Thank you.
Yeah, he pretty much dirty harried him, right? He kind of got his revolver, and he's like, "You got to count to 3 to get out of it."
Yeah, that sequence was nice. The way he's like, 1, you have no sway here. 2, the Queen's Guard will eliminate you. Like,
and by the time he was getting to 3, they were already not running out the door, but they were sauntering their way out. Fine, we'll go. And Master Gil is like, oh, I didn't know I had it in me to be a hero. Like, he named himself a hero right after that. I was laughing. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll concede that. You did stand up to some stuff that he did something that he normally wouldn't have done to Viren. But he is worried because they will be back. And so Master Gil lets the boys know, you guys got to go like now.
And some of them might be wrapped up in red, being like spies, because
exactly.
they're apparently that uppity about it.
Yes, no, they want to catch who they want to catch. These guys are very evil. No, not really. But they're dogged on their pursuits. Like, if they got something, they want to sink their teeth into it. Yes, Echo. I thought you were going to make a point. No. Maybe.
No, I was just going to make a bad joke about uppity dark friends, but yeah, it's fine. Carry
on. And as Gil is telling them that they should leave, they are warned by another serving wench that there's a lady in the kitchen asking for Matt and Rand by name. And Master Gil makes a joke. If you brought the Lady Elaine down here out of the queen, we're all dead. Because he's now believing Rand and all of this nonsense that he had been through the whole day. Because shit just keeps happening. And Rand made the remark to him earlier. It's like, dude, we've done nothing but bring trouble to you, and you're here to help us. Thank you. Gil is definitely being a bro for them too.
But Rand also makes a point to say, I never told her about Matt, so it can't be
right.
her.
Right.
Well
so
done,
Rand
the first time he's ever used some deductive skills in his life. It's brilliant.
Right. And that was nice, because then he immediately realizes, oh, it must be Moraine. Because who else is going to be considered a lady? Gil yells, wait, you fool, you don't know for sure who it is. And again, so yes, he does use good logic about it, but is he 100% sure? Gil isn't. Because he just dealt with these white cloaks and all this weird shit's happened, and you don't know what's going on. But finally, we get a reunion. Lan, Moraine, Nynaeve, Perrin, and Egwene are all in the kitchen there, waiting, and Rand is right there. There's lots of hugs and kisses and handshakes, and all of the things happen.
Oh, thank
And I
God.
just
hides his
say,
eyes. Go ahead.
how
Yes.
relieved I am that we're not going to get another useless chapter of that trio roaming to get to fucking Chamberlain. Oh, thank God.
I do have to agree with you. It's nice that from our perspective, they just teleported from the White Cloak camp to Camelin. There was no chapter explaining how they got there. Doesn't fucking
Yeah,
matter. Let's
like-
move on. I agree with you.
Mhm.
When that shit, when they mentioned that, I was like, "Oh, thank you, Lord, we're back together again. Let's party."
And I just want to
Chapter
reassure you
42.
guys. I just want to reassure you guys. They stay together for the rest of the 14 books. There's no more separations, no more chapters from different perspectives. It's just easy
And I know you're
road.
lying.
Together.
Easy road going forward, guys.
It can't be an easy road. We know that it's not going to be. Robert Jordan wouldn't do that to us.
That was dude. Some of these books are fucking really long too. Perrin is hiding his eyes from the group because Rand doesn't know yet, and he's doesn't know how to approach that. So Rand notices that he's kind of not making eye contact, looking at the ground. Notices bruises on Perrin though, on his face and other such. Now Master Gill's worried because Rand makes introductions, and this is Moraine Sedai and Lan, and I mean, he basically gives up all the names, and Moraine is like, "Hey, why'd you say that?" Because she's trying to hide a bit and be a little.
He's not
Cloaked.
skinny, Moraine. I can trust him. He is
Excellent
facts, okay? Jesus.
Yes, Rand finally trusts somebody, and he's letting the whole party in on it.
I trust
And-
them, so I will give them all of your secrets, everyone. Don't worry.
Exactly.
I will pass on your secrets for you.
And the funny thing here that happens here is Master Gill's like not anti Aes Sedai, but he's definitely not pro Aes Sedai either. It's one thing of talking about him. It's another thing to have one right in front of you. And Gil mentions a couple times, "Don't you think it would be a good idea for you to go stay up in the palace, away from me?" And he does that a couple times, and Moraine's like, "Nah. I'll be staying here with the boys. It took me a long time to get here. Here we are."
Yep.
Yes. Are you sure you don't want to stay in the? And then
You
the
can go
rat
stay
problem
with
gets
your-
brought up.
The rat.
Go ahead, Lou.
I was going to say, he also mentioned the whole, you can stay with your Aes Sedai sisters or at the palace with that other chick.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like-
Anywhere, except here, it would be fine. Like, are you sure you don't want to stay anywhere except here? Because that would be great if you stayed anywhere but here. And she's like, "I'm good, I'm fine." It's like,
Yep.
"Fuck. All right."
Don't worry. And she mentions, "I'll pay for everything. Don't you worry. You let me pay." Because at the same time, I think she's right to call him on that. He would have gave her the courtesy and respect of an Aes Sedai of, "Here's your room, here's your board, now get out." So there's a rat problem that gets brought up. "You have a problem with rats, Master Gill?" "Yes, I do, but don't you worry. We'll take care of that." Interesting. I'll make a note of that. And then there's a Matt problem because he's upstairs. He's been ill and all of this.
Which one's worse, the rat problem or the mat problem? Guess we'll find out.
Talking
The
of
Matt
rats, let's go see Matt, shall we?
Right. Also, I think it's made apparent to everybody and Master Gill that we're going to continue hiding for a little bit. So don't tell anybody we're here. And so Rand leads everybody but Moraine and Lan upstairs because I think Moraine is looking to talk to Gil for a little bit. I can't remember exactly what they were doing, those two. But Perrin finally starts talking to Rand. I'm sorry, what was that, Echo?
It's just been an idiot. Sorry.
You're allowed. It's permission's granted. So Perrin talks a bit to Rand about their adventures and Egwene as well. Both Matt or both blah, 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 blah. Here I go now with my spaghetti brain. Both Perrin and Egwene are impressed with Moraine's ability to just like find them. We got to town and she went up and down the street and then boom, she said you were here and there you were. You basically walked into the inn and was like, tell Rand and Matt I'm here without doing anything else. And then there you were. And so they were impressed by her ability to track them down. Lou, what were you about to say?
You had that
If I didn't
moment
distract you too much.
of Egwene and Rand, touching each other's face and all this other. I
yes.
can't believe you're here. Oh yes, baby, you're
Big
here.
hugs.
Oh,
I knew you. Oh, yes. Egwene goes, I knew you were alive. I knew it. And we all know that she was self-doubting. She asked Perrin specifically, tell me they're alive, Perrin. I want to know if they're alive. Help me. I'm sad.
well,
And
that was
so
because she had that night with that sparkling hunk from the Hobo Land.
Aram, that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking gypsy cunt.
Fuck boy.
Exactly.
So I forget who exactly asked. I think it's Perrin. He's like, where's Tom? And then he's like, Tom's dead. Like, he doesn't even like butter it up or anything like that. He's just like basically flat out. It's, Band-Aid off. Tom's
It's
dead.
the best way to tell something, honestly. Yeah, I think Tom's dead. There was a fate. Don't say that too loud. And
Yeah, exactly.
so then they just moved that conversation along real quick.
Yeah, I love everyone's like, all right, cool. Right, where are we going? So we only knew him for a
Yes.
little bit. It's fine. Let's all move on real quick.
And that's it. They do move on. They get into into the boys' room, and Matt is curled up facing the wall all by himself. And he's full of Precious. My Precious, he's full on. You guys sucky. So
Yes. Rand goes,
Um,
look, Rand, it's our friend. It's our friends, Matt. How can they be our
Yes.
friends? How are you so sure?
are you
How
sure
do I
they're
know
our
you're
friends?
Rand?
Perrin, you changed, Perrin, didn't you? And immediately Perrin's like, ugh. Like he
I
just
got
he
slightly-
gets. Oh, go ahead.
Mm.
Yes.
I got slightly different vibes from it. I got more The Exorcist vibes, where it's like, your mother sucks cocks in hell, doesn't she, Baron?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is far more accurate because that's exactly what's going on. You changed, didn't you, Perrin? Oh yes, you did. Look at your eyes. You changed. And then Perrin is like extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can tell how rubbish Matt is at this. And Nynaeve, you're pretty, aren't you? You're not supposed to be pretty, but you are. It's like, oh yeah, you got me. Oh no, I'm good looking, idiot.
Well,
Get that dagger off
yeah,
me.
well, because we don't get a lot of that from Nynaeve, like where she's more of putting wisdom above beauty or things like that. Like we don't get a lot of that from her, so it does come off a little weird. Like she's not supposed to marry as the wisdom or something like that. She's not allowed to have a boyfriend. I think it would have been better had she.
That was an
or
okay
had-
point. Yeah. That was an all right point. Oh, you care so much about the village. Why you eye fucking Lan over there for now? Like
Exactly that. That's
concentrate.
right where I was going.
Yeah,
if he would have laid into her being attracted to Lan, like something he shouldn't have been able to pick up on, that would have made it a little more fun. Same with Egwene. Oh, you don't like Rand as much as you do anymore? You like little another Aram, don't you? And that would have put it would have made everybody uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. You went third base with that dirty gypsy, didn't you? He was, no.
Yeah.
How do you know that, Matt?
But yes, Matt digs into Nynaeve.
Perrin, were you watching? You promised me you weren't watching, Perrin.
With your yellow eye.
It's the eyes. I see everything. I'm so sorry.
I can't help it.
Oh, I've become Heimdall.
So after digging into Nynaeve and then Egwene, Moraine comes in and with like half sense. So tomorrow we're gonna, oh shit, get away from Matt. Like everybody sees it. And Nynaeve is worried because like he doesn't have a fever. He's not sweating. He's got a fever. He looks weird. But Moraine drags Nynaeve away. Literally has to like physically drag Nynaeve away from Matt because it's bad. Like get away from him. And then Moraine is staring Matt down, like sitting across from him, like they're, the old school staring game. And Matt's wilding. He's like, oh, Moraine, like he's like not happy that an Aes Sedai's there. He's feeling very upset. And then Moraine reaches out to touch him. And then at that same moment, Matt comes with the dagger to stab him. And this is a cool moment for me because Lan goes from being right in front of the door to grabbing Matt's wrist and stopping a blade like inches from Maureen's face, and neither one of them flinch.
And the way
it's
it's
moment.
written is that he didn't bother with the space interim.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So
Like it's written nicely too. I like it. And it's another example that we now get to see land speed.
oh, for sure. It's
and
such
his
a great little
importance.
bit. Yeah, for sure. It's such a great little bit because it again reminds us this is from Rand's perspective, because Rand's like, shit, like he was literally there and then boom, next second he was like stopping the blade. Whereas in reality, like obviously they would, if you were just describing what happened, you would be literal and kind of be like, he went over there really quickly and grabbed it before anyone really noticed. But it's so much better for Rand's dumb perspective, be like, magic, just out of nowhere, just boom. It's like, yeah, well done.
Pulled an Ultra Instinct move like Goku does.
And I think that it's credit to Robert Jordan for putting little moments in that, like you guys were saying, the chapter flows, even though there's not a lot going on. It still felt good to read. I mean, speed's 500 terabytes a second. And like you guys mentioned, it was a moment for Land to show his prowess and how fast he is, and Robert Jordan chose to express it in a way where you're like, he's there, then he goes over there. We know that Land doesn't teleport, but he can fucking make it seem like he can. You know, boom, instantaneous. And I like the moment where he stops Matt and Maureen doesn't flinch, almost like she knew that Land would be there to do that. And it proves to us that maybe the one power isn't always necessary. Like a warder is there to stop physical threats that you can't just necessarily magic away. Matt's violent. She tried to touch him. Matt tries to stab. Land stops the blade from the face. Rain is pissed. I thought I told you guys not to take anything from Shale Ghoul. Don't accept anything from Moradin. Blah 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 blah. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? What happened? And Rand is like, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. He took it, but when we were in the treasure room, and we didn't. He wasn't given to us, but we took it. And you dumb.
You dumb idiots! You thought you were gonna get out of this on a technicality. You thought this all-powerful thing that brought down a city empire thing was just be like, oh well, I mean, loophole. Damn, you got me.
Yeah, well, if you took it, then that's fine. Sorry, Matt, you're clearly fine. Like, carry on. What did you want to do? Stab me? Land, get off me. Go on. Yeah, sorry, that's fine. Carry on.
Yeah, and I like Moraine's response too. She's like, you didn't know. Disappointment. You idiots. Like just straight up. It's like trying to make
I forgot Rand's an idiot.
Guilt.
Dang it.
Again, how are they supposed to know though?
It's just obey the rules because I said so. Moraine said don't take or touch anything. And
but we're talking about Matt.
Always. Yes. So they should know better, Luke, because they're his boys. They should be, when they're walking out to sea, Rand should go, right, Matt, what did you take?
Right, exactly.
and then when Matt's like, nothing, Perrin like lifts him up, shakes him.
Right,
him
exactly.
All this shit out of him.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't have any piles of gold coins or the chains or a goblet. Yeah, exactly. You little rascal. Come on, put that shit back.
There is a moment very similar to that later on. You guys will forget, but there is a very similar moment where Matt's just kind of in that position. It's nothing like we're talking about now, but it's close.
Oh Jesus!
So, Moraine explains a bit that the Fade can sense this. I'm going to bring up a point that I just caught. Like it's not necessarily a plot hole, but it bothers me now. But Moraine explains that anybody connected to the Dark One could basically find you and track you down. And Rand was like, yeah, there's been nothing but Dark Friends trying to track us down this entire time. We ran into 2 Dark Friends, a Fade killed Tom. It's been pretty shitty. And now we know why a bit.
Fucking Matt.
Point I'm going to bring up before we get into what's going on outside of Camelin. A couple chapters ago, there was a Fade talking to an innkeeper before the boys got onto a cart. So they were at the end of a alley watching this guy talk to a Fade, and then this other guy listening to that conversation. It's like, I don't like your friend. There was a Fade standing right there that they could see in eyesight, like looking at him. They couldn't tell it was a Fade, but the Fade didn't see or sense the dagger then. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, now Moraine's telling us that they can literally,
I'm
a Fade
assuming,
can literally point you out, but it didn't catch them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm assuming it's a pollution level. Like the more he gets polluted, the more the more it's easy.
Oh.
So the Fade knows they're in the general vicinity because it has he's tainted, but the taint isn't bad enough that he's like, I mean, he's right there. I got a waypoint on him.
Fair. I'll buy that. That the more infected Matt gets, the easier it is to point him out.
Yeah, that's because you figure Matt is so far gone now versus that point when that happened. It's like night and day in contrast of the 2 points.
And him being with the dagger in that room,
yeah. So
confined for days at a time
by himself, yeah.
And he's probably doing what you were just saying earlier. My precious. Like, just laying in that bed, looking at that dagger like, I love you, my precious. Don't ever leave me. And then the chapter ends.
But we're almost there. We're going to close it out here shortly. So Rand mentions to Land, like, the scary shapes that Gil was talking about. There may be Trollocs outside the city. And Land looks right back. Yeah, there are Trollocs outside the city, Sheepherder. Like, duh, you should know better. And that's so Land's, he's back. Land's back. Being Land. So he confirms it. I forget why I wrote down. Egwene says, "Oh, we're supposed to be safe." Egwene says that again. We're in Camelin. We should be safe here. Land's like, "There's 12 fists of Trollocs right outside. Probably a few Fades. Don't worry about it. We're gonna leave here shortly." So it's brought up that there's so many Trollocs outside of Camelin right now that they might start a war looking for these 3 boys. Like, it is getting pretty intense. They're closing in, and they want you 3 pretty badly. That they're looking to fuck up Camelin over it now. So it is imperative that we go. Rand envisions what that means. It's full on. We got a little bit of. They referenced the Trolloc War here. It's going to be another Trolloc War. Oh no. But Moraine plans. Well, this is what we got to do. This is where we got to go. This is where we want. And then Perrin interrupts. It would just be better if we were all dead. Fucking emo Perrin. And Moraine is like, well, even if you were dead, the Dark Lord can still get you and have control over you and blah, blah, blah. And Perrin is like, oh, we can't even help when we're alive either. Like, he's really being super emo. And Moraine's like, good point. I'm not going to argue with you right now because I do have a counterpoint, but we don't have time. And I sort of agree with her. Shut up, Perrin. Quit being such a baby. Either face it on your feet or, and like you said, you're gonna curl up and die.
Face it on your feet or face it on all 4. It doesn't matter how you do it.
And his yes. Nynaeve, Moraine. Oh, Nynaeve and Moraine both try to straighten Perrin out with his little nonsense there. It's like, you cut it out, you fucking baby. And he stays emo. He's like, but I'm gonna. He basically is pouty in this moment.
I love how harsh everyone is here. So, as far as they're concerned, a day ago, they rescued Perrin from being essentially near tortured, and they realize, oh shit, there's some stuff going on with him. He's kind of like a werewolf man. He's what's his name? Back to the Future guy as the werewolf. Michael
J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, thank you very much. And the next day he's kind of like, oh man, like it seems like we haven't got a chance. And they're like, oh my god, Perrin, stop! Why? It's the first thing I've said in like the entire book. The first time I've complained about anything, and they were like, oh my god, Perrin, do you mind? Like Matt as Gollum turns around and he's like, come on, Perrin, he's a bit much, mate. He's like, fine.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I am being a little tough on him because he did get beaten up by Bornhold a lot, or Buyer, Child Buyer. real quick in the chat. Sometimes one of the dagger might actually keep fades away.
Fades.
I almost said a different word. I would have been. It almost keep karmic X away. To some degree, since the Shadar Logoth either, and that was a point that I did want to bring up.
Just the mention of the dagger in the chat kept Lou away, so maybe he's onto a point.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Books are fake and gay. You know it, Quadfather.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for stopping by. There is, Moraine does make a point to talk about the Shadar Logoth evil and how it spreads, and that Matt was very close to being like full on possessed by it, and that the seed of the dagger infecting Matt, if Nynaeve would have been around him long enough, it would have just jumped straight to her. Like, it's this weird infectious thing that happens, and I find that to be very interesting. Like we were like, Annie, you weren't too impressed by Mashindar and the cloud of evil that's just like permeating around and hunting people in Shadar Logoth, or physical objects being
the concept and
evil.
Creation of it. Just that, you know,
okay.
like it's just like, we're not good people, and then it's just like, evil radiation, and it's like, okay. That's the part I don't like. I do like that it's able to like plant a seed in you and then like reach out and grab other people. That's pretty interesting. That's like now like an infection that's like spreading. That's cool. I do like that.
That's why I like it. I think you're right. I think I do like the idea of it being there and spreading more versus of how it got to be there. It's just kind of, you know, evil politics and turning it on themselves and sinking down as low as the dark, sinking lower than evil to fight evil or something like that. You know, it's kind of, all right. Oh, all right. I was reading the chat. I will. We'll check that out sometime. There, Echo. Because I do want to expand into other things. And even though Quad is making fun of me for my nerd books, I really enjoy it. So where were we? Great parent out. Parent stays emo. Oh, this whole time, Lan is still holding that dagger, by the way. Like, they're all having full-on conversations and things are happening. And there's this blade an inch away from Moraine's face. And it's trying to have an argument with Perrin at the same time. So Moraine, being Moraine, does her thing. She breaks out a little Terangrial that she has. Yes, explains about the catchy evil. It's a seed of evil. Matt is about to lose that battle. That's where we were. Nynaeve fears for him because she's worried that it will not be able to be healed. But Moraine says she can, and she will try to heal Matt. She kicks everybody out. They head downstairs, and they close the door. And I think that's where the chapter ends. I have no more notes after that. That's the end of chapter 41. Ends. I did get into chapter 42 a little bit because, you know, it was just rolling on, and I almost kept taking notes. So chapter 42 is very... It'll be a good chapter. You're going to like it. Where we ended is where we are. Matt's going to possibly be healed. We don't know yet. So these 3 chapters, final thoughts for you guys. We're at 2.25 hours. Even though we branched out a little bit, we stayed on track for the most of the time, and got through it pretty well.
I think these were a fantastic block of chapters. I think we learned a lot about just the generality of the situation going on. Like, really, like how things are being affected from like a countrywide scale, and Logain being brought in is a significant point that now he's where he's going to be for a while. And then they're going to move him on somewhere else. So, I really liked the part where they were meeting the queen. That was really neat. And of course, the innkeeper is a great character, so I'm glad that there was a bit more of him. And of course, definitely am glad everybody's reunited now, except for Tom. So once we resurrect him, we're all good.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a fun 2-hour listen. It flowed.
Yeah.
This flowed like, honestly, like if you didn't hear chapter 41, it literally flowed just seamlessly. So I look forward to the next 1.5 hour block that we got coming up.
Brilliant work.
Oh, it's
Lou.
only an hour and a half. That's right. There are some shorter chapters. Cool.
That's Lou's unofficial job. Keeping track.
Yes, I
of how
appreciate
long
that.
it's
That and tweeting it out. He beat me to it again. He tweeted it out early on. Good job.
Mm-mm.
Echo, any catches this way through other than the Two Rivers boys being hunted by the White Cloaks in that time? You know what I mean? Like, did you pick up on anything else that you want to remark on?
Yeah. I don't know really. It's quite good as we go along. One of us seems to pick up on it or kind of like remind us of it. So not really, not that I can specifically mention. I love the introduction of Elaine, and obviously the two brothers or one brother and one and a half brothers that we get introduced to. I like as well the arc of the Matt Dagger storyline getting to the end. I think it's deliberately annoying and frustrating for us. So I'm kind of glad that, well, he's either going to get healed or he's going to die, I assume, or he's going to break out and escape. Like, well, something's going to happen which is going to stop it. At least just be him going, I'm annoyed.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, no, I enjoy it, but I always enjoy it. I enjoy the filler, I enjoy the action, I enjoy every bit of it because we're rereading it, me and Spurg, and we get to kind of get little reminders that you kind of forget about. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the next lot for book club. It should be fun.
Oh, I thought
blinded.
everything froze for a second. You're like, oh no.
I
Yeah,
just
no,
stopped talking.
I'm thoroughly enjoying going over this in a little bit more with a fine-tooth comb. I'm appreciating the writing more, and like I mentioned before, some of these characters are coming off in different ways for me. Yes, Master Basil Gill, the innkeeper at the Queen's Blessing, is one of the best side characters. Like, he's just you see him go from being like a regular just innkeeper to standing up the White Cloaks, with just Rand being there for a few days. And I wonder if that's Taviran pushing him a little bit to be, I'm a Tiff guy now, or if that's just him mustering up his own.
I'd like to think it's the Tom poll. He's Tom's friend, so
Yeah.
Good shout. Also,
Once they
I
leave,
forgot
he'll go back to being the usual self.
maybe I forgot how likable Elaine kind of comes across and Morgaze comes across. I didn't remember them being pretty decent, when you first meet them. So that was quite nice with regards to that. Just a reminder, when she's around guys, she is a nice and enjoyable character. There you
Yeah, Elaine gets a bad rap later on because, princess, of course, there's just a stereotype that kind of follows royalty sometimes. I imagine so. He seems like a nice, pub owner.
It's definitely the accent Spurg does for him when he's saying something. God blimey, governor! Oh, God bless the Queen. My cat.
I'm a good Queen's man, I am.
Oh, there's the Tower Guard over there. Good. I nearly said
Yeah,
good
right.
day. I'm English and I forgot what English people say. Damn, that's Australian. Never.
Crikey.
Blimey. Crikey is that? No, that's Dean.
Struth.
All right,
stuff-
gang.
stuff
Well,
next.
that's a wrap, huh? Pretty good chapters. We, like you said, we got some pretty good information. Not a lot of action, but more world building. We know for sure that Rand looks like an Aielman. We know that Tom's being replaced by Loyal in the party so far. Like, he's just joining in. I'm just going to hang out with you guys now. And there's tension. There's Trollocs outside of Camelin. It's not going to be an easy escape. Matt's getting healed or not healed. And now we take the plunge. There's things that are going to be coming up. Echo mentioned it last week. We're starting to pick up a little more pace because we're in the last 9 chapters or so now. So nothing happening for all this time. Yep. Is something going to happen by the end? I hope so. And I hope you guys stick around and join us for it all and see what happens in the end and who does what. And oh, wait. No, that is next chapter. I almost got into it again. No, it's next chapter. Next chapter. Ooh, but there was some things that were mentioned that will be mentioned next chapter. That's very important. Yes. I am super excited now that I remember. I love you guys. Let's do plugs. Annie, Lou, Echo, plug yourselves.
I would like everyone to go follow my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/insanity. INSANNEITY.
You
Lewis.
could follow me at Lou the Monster on Twitter, and you could tell Quad to suck a ass crack and fuck off.
Yep. And if you want to find someone who can help you say all that to Quad, you can follow me on X at Eckle Pineapple. EKULPINE Apple. There you go. I don't know how to spell Apple. Thank you.
It links in the description. You guys know where to look. Thank you for joining. I'm so happy everybody came and hung out a bit. Yeah, Quad, you can kiss my ass. I'll see you Wednesday. Everybody have a good rest of the week. And I will see you all in the chats, right? In the next one. Now I can hit the end stream and outro button. Yay.
That's how you do it.
Feel free to go away.
We wear the footsteps of our fathers, the trail blazed by our mothers. They bought the land with their blood, Lord, long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks. Oh my. Oh, sing of Manetheret. Oh, we for the blood of Aiel. Oh, cry for Manetheret. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks. Oh my. Oh, sing of Manetheret. Oh, weep for the blood of Aiel. Oh, cry for Manetheret. Long ago, long ago. Aiel, Ogiers, and AudioBooks.